This is Full Squad. You.
This is Full Squad. Admiral rumors. He's out. Dismiss. Turret. The make. On your side.
Hey there, and welcome back to the House of G. Yeah, it is that time. It is Monday, and oh my lord, yeah, the world is just as crazy as ever. Before we get into the fun stuff here, let me just touch on something. I'm sure you've heard by now. Afghanistan. I'm not going to sit here and dwell on it, beat a horse down, and it's pretty much a dead horse at this point, because it's pretty much everybody knows about it. an $800 million embassy in Kabul. Kabul? Kabul. Kabul? How do we pronounce it? Kabul. Pretty much just handed over to the Taliban on a silver platter, along with who knows how much in military assets and hardware, including weapons. I mean, we're pushing $1 billion handed over to the enemy on a silver platter. There's a word for that, folks. We've been at war with these people for 20 years, since 9/11. Almost $1 billion in assets handed to them on a silver platter by our own government. There is a word for that. And that word is treason. And we know what the penalty is for treason, but I'm not going to hold my breath waiting for justice to be served. Because our government is that far gone. It is that far gone. And people are too afraid to do something about it. So what's gonna be done about it? Probably nothing. So why dwell on it? People do not understand how compromised this country is. Pop culture matters. We're learning that through pop culture. And now, real world global events are taking it beyond pop culture. United States of America has been fully compromised, folks. And then people do nothing. I know what needs to be done. Personally, I know what needs to be done. I know that there are people out there that they know what needs to be done. So what's stopping us? What's staying our hand from doing that which our forefathers warned us would need to be done? How does treason happen so blatantly and in our face? And those responsible, those traitors, still walk free, let alone hold the highest office in the land. Our president is a traitor. To the United States of America and to the people of this country. And yet he walks free. Oh, and don't forget, he's got his demented finger on the button of a whole lot of nuclear missiles. On the F-16s, don't forget the F-16s. He made a great argument as to why the Second Amendment shall not be infringed. He made a beautiful argument in favor of our second most important amendment. I cannot believe that this is the world we live in. I can't believe it. Oh, Mother Murgatroyd. It's just, yeah. This country needs to come to Jesus moment, the likes of which we've never seen. I'm borderline speechless. I can't believe I'm living to see this. I can't believe it. The whole thing that when Jimmy Carter was president and the Saigon thing, I'm starting to wonder, how much did we leave behind in Saigon? What did we leave behind in Saigon? I mean, people are, the pictures are almost, they're exactly the same. The ones from Saigon being evacuated with Afghanistan embassy being evacuated, Kabul. It's the same helicopter, same type of helicopter. That's the thing about the military. If it works, you keep using it. You don't replace it unless you got something a whole lot better. Don't discount military equipment. If it ain't broke, you don't fix it. Those choppers, they're still in use. It's the exact same chopper. Exact same image. It's just makes you wonder. What did Carter leave behind in Saigon? Because Biden left almost $1 billion in assets and weaponry for our enemies. So what did Jimmy Carter leave behind? I'm wondering about that one. This is the world that we live in, folks. Our own president can commit wanton treason. Not just our president. Keep in mind, he's not the one even calling the shots. It's his name on the legal documents. This dude's, he's demented. All he cares about is ice cream and little children. That's all he cares about. And yet people do nothing. Somehow he's holding the, somehow his finger is on the nuclear button. It's a demented old fool, those ice cream and children. But he's not the one calling the shots. No, he's not. Nah, this dude's, he's out of his mind. So who is calling the shots? So those responsible for treason. Make no mistake, he is responsible for the treason. But he's not the only one. That's what I'm getting at. There's a whole lot of people responsible for this treason. A whole lot of people. But nothing's going to be done about it. Because why would it? After everything they've done to us, I mean, our government is in the hands of a crime syndicate. Multiple crime families banding together to take down this country. And it's even bigger than that. They're looking to take over the entire world. This is not some freaking Austin Powers satirical comedy. No. This is real life. We're living it. I can't. How is this even a thing? How is this even possible? How is this real? This is meant to be fun. This is meant to be a pop culture channel. Here we are with world events so freaking batshit crazy. It cannot not be talked about. Because mainstream media, they're not going to talk about it. No, they're part of the problem. They're in bed with those that are committing these atrocities. And treason is an atrocity. Make no mistake. How is this life? How is this our reality? Where are all the patriots? These are the questions you need to be asking yourself. Where are the patriots? Where are the men? Women aren't going to fight this battle. Women have never fought these battles. So where are the men? These are the questions you need to be asking yourself. You're not going to like the answers. I can already tell you that much. I talk about this stuff, at least in passing. And y'all don't even like that being. You don't even like hearing that much. But here we are. It's time for you to start asking yourself those hard questions, whether you like the answers or not. And if you don't understand why, then you are not paying attention. And you're not hearing the words that are coming out of my mouth. Let him who have ears, let him hear. Let him who have eyes, let him see. Too many people have ears and eyes, and they are not seeing or hearing. Because they don't want to. And here we are. The world rampant with treason and pedophilia and freaking Satan worship in your face. They don't even hide it anymore because they don't have to. Those that pointed out are mocked and ridiculed, even though it's right there in your face. You have eyes and you have ears. You don't see, you don't hear, listen. How is this the world that we live in? I have no idea. Comes a point where ignorance becomes a lack of information and turns into a conscious, willful act. When I was younger, I contemplated the possibility of communism and socialism. I contemplated the proposed virtues of such a system. Why? Because I think for myself. I ask questions. I seek information. Once I got that information, I processed it. I thought about it. And then I came to the conclusion that I needed to reject it. Came to that point. Instead of closing my eyes, closing my ears, and embracing the warm fuzzies, I used my head. I used my eyes. I used my ears. And I made a decision to reject it. To fight it. Nobody wants to do that anymore. They want to live in their little la-la land with the warm fuzzies. It's no longer about loving thy neighbor. It's all about loving thyself. And here we are. I'm going to sing treason on a level I didn't know was possible. Benedict Arnold. His name is infamous. He was the most well-known traitor in this country's history. And you know what he did? He handed the British a handful of documents. Not actually, the act itself wasn't a monumental disaster, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much damage was done. It doesn't matter. The amount of damage that's done is irrelevant. Treason is treason. Treason is treason. And he paid the price. What we're seeing today is beyond anything I could have imagined in this country. But here we are. And nothing's going to be done about it. Benedict Arnold, we handled him. He had to escape. He had to leave. It wasn't safe for him to remain. As far as I know, I need to look up on that. It's not something they teach anymore. See, that's part of the problem. They don't teach this stuff anymore. I'm not actually 100% certain what happened to him, but make no mistake, he did not get away scot-free. Best case scenario, he had to leave the country for Britain. I think that might be what happened to him. I think he escaped, but he was no longer welcome here. That's at the very least. Treason is treason. Make no mistake. When our own president and his administration hand almost $1 billion in assets, including military-grade weaponry and hardware, to the enemy on a silver platter. You know what needs to be done. And I'm afraid it's based on recent history. We're talking the last few decades. Nothing going to be done. So here we are. I'm not in a position to do anything. I'm not. All I can do is put my channel at risk. That's all I can do. And make no mistake, if something's not done about these people, sooner or later they will come for me. They're already putting out their new, the Department of Justice or whatever, whichever freaking tyrannical government agency. There's too many to count at this point. They've already put it out there. If you don't take the vaccine, you might be a terrorist. It's getting to that point. We're at that point. So make no mistake, I fall under their new label of terrorist. Putting myself at risk. Not just my channel, folks. Make no mistake, I'm not just putting my channel at risk here. I'm putting myself at risk here. It's getting to the point where the government's ready to knock on your door. They've already expressed the desire to go door to door to make sure you got your vaccine. So what do you think they're going to do to me if they're not stopped? If they're not stopped, the day is going to come when this channel simply ceases to exist. Where you never see my face again. You never hear my voice again. Why? Because they come and got me. They knocked on my door, dragged me out of my house. Poof, gone in the night. That's the point we're at, folks. That is how serious this is. Too many people don't want to see it. They don't want to hear it. So here we are. And I'm done being quiet about it. I just done being quiet about it. My First Amendment right comes from God Almighty, not from the government. So I will speak. I will speak. Doesn't matter what these tyrants do. They can't take away my right. They can take away my body. They can take me away. They can imprison me. They can execute me. But they cannot take away my rights. They can silence me, but they have to commit murder to do it. So here we are. So the majority of the stream, I don't script it out. I get the the basis of the stream and everything. It's not scripted. I don't know what I'm gonna say. I don't. For the most part. Got an idea, going in. It's gonna right Afghanistan. Kabul. Biden, treason. That's all I knew for sure that I was gonna talk about. I wasn't planning to make it that talking about it that much, but here we are. What do you even say at this point? What do you even say at this point? That's how far gone we are. And that's just the tip of the iceberg, folks. People, they don't understand because they don't want to understand. It's all there. The signs, the warnings, the red flags, they're all there, and people ignore them willfully left and right. They embrace these satanic ideologies, these satanic lifestyles. They embrace them with willful ignorance because that makes them feel good. No, don't you dare go after somebody who's wearing fuzzies. Don't you dare. You're a meanie if you're making me feel bad. You're making me think. You're a meanie, House of G. I don't give a shit. Too old for this shit. The country's going to shit. I'm past the point of caring. You know what? I'm not happy with you for putting me in this position. This channel is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be about pop culture archaeology, the deep dive. So don't look at me. You need to look in the mirror. Cause I've been sounding the bell for years. Nobody wants to listen. And I'm not the only one. Other people, I might not have the voice or the platform that some people do, but make no mistake, I've been sounding the bell. And there are people that do have the voice, that do have the platform. They've been sounding the bell, and people still won't listen. Here we are. So you go ahead and you cling to your warm fuzzies. Right up until they knock on your door and drag you out of your house, out of your bed, and disappear you into the night. Because that is where we're at. It's not coming soon. It is here. They have expressed their intent to do such things. President's committed treason, handing over almost $1 billion in assets to the enemy. Taking 20 years of sacrifice and flushing it down the drain. And yet they still walk free. Because you don't want to let go of your warm fuzzies. It's all about the warm fuzzies. It's the only thing that matters. Here we are. Okay. So I guess it's treason then. Unbridled, wanton treason. And nobody gives a shit. These people should be dragged out by their heels. Publicly convicted to the fullest extent of the law with the sentence carried out in broad daylight. That is what needs to happen. That is the only acceptable conclusion. But I got no reason to believe it's going to happen. Because your warm fuzzies are more important. Saw a thing on Twitter today, just today. Some woman talking about, I forget her name, but she's part of some organization that deals with human trafficking and whatnot. Talking about they've caught like 9,000 predators. But the MSM doesn't talk about it because MSM, well, they're part of the problem. She's talking about they interview these people. Why? Why would you? How? She's just trying to get clarification. She's trying to wrap her mind around like what these people. And we're talking people that you trust your children with here, folks. People that you trust your children with. Teachers, doctors. You name it. You trust them with your children as if they gave birth to your children, which they did not. The only people that care about your children the way you do is you. And these people, you have no idea. You have no idea what's going on right under your nose. These people are molesting and abusing your children from the day they're born. She interviewed this one guy. Or at least she had access to the interview. You say that you've molested infants. Infants, folks. Infants. She's like, what do you mean by infant? And he responds, the umbilical cord's still attached. I'm talking newborns, folks. Fresh out of the womb. Being molested by the doctors. that brought them into this world. But your warm fuzzies are more important than your children, than your newborns. It's bad enough we don't love our neighbors, we don't love our own children anymore. Love thyself is the commandment of the day. But that commandment does not come from God. So here we are. Your newborn children molested by their own doctors and nurses and God knows who else. And if you think that's not going to have an impact on that child before they're even aware of the world around them, let alone themselves, if you think it's not going to have an impact on them, then you're dumber than a rock. That kid might not have any idea why is that he or she is having problems. They might have the first clue. Because it happened to them before they could even possibly remember it. But it's okay because it's not happening to you. It doesn't interrupt with your warm fuzzies. Here we are. If you think that has no connection to Biden and Afghanistan, then you are not paying attention. I'm done being nice about it. I've been around a while. I've spent a lot of time on the internet and pop culture. I've experienced things through the internet that I wish I could exercise those memories right out of my mind forever. It wasn't stuff that I seeked out. There are people on the internet that will seek you out. You go into like a chat room or forum with the most innocent of intentions, and these people are stalking, waiting in the shadows of the internet to suck you in. I've experienced it firsthand, folks. Fortunately, thankfully, not in real life. I've had some experiences in real life. Thankfully, not that extreme. Not stuff that I've done, stuff that nearly happened to me. Fortunately, I'm too much of a... God, let's just say that God's been watching out for me. He's protecting me from these people, and he's protecting me from myself. So I'm not just... I may be speaking into a void, but I'm not speaking from a void. You have no idea how bad it really is out there. Because if you did, you'd be doing something about it. Or maybe if you just stop loving thyself long enough to start loving other people. Your children, for starters. Bad out there, folks. You have no idea. Mostly because you choose not to understand. So unless you start making that decision to understand, it's going to get a lot worse. And there's not going to be any recourse. But don't say you weren't warned, because you were. Not just by me, by many other voices. Some much, 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 much bigger than mine. And here we are. It's going to get worse. Unless people wake the hell up, have a come to Jesus moment on a scale we've never seen. It's going to get so much worse. And actually, I'm hoping and praying that people do. You got to keep that spark of hope alive. I'm praying for it. Praying for it. But only God knows if it's... only God knows how this is going to turn out. I can see this is going in two possible directions. It gets to the point where the possibilities get smaller and smaller. So you hit a point where there's only two possibilities. There's only two possibilities at this point. They're both going to be painful, but one is going to lead to it's a much better place. The other one's going to lead to a much darker place that you cannot imagine. Even with recent human history, the last 100 years alone, you still can't imagine it because they've done their best to erase those horrors from our history, from our collective memories. And in that, they have succeeded far too much. And this time, if they succeed, there's no coming back from it. The Dark Ages are going to look like 5-star vacation compared to what's coming. If we don't wake up right now. Don't say you weren't warned, because you were. All right, well, that little rant went on quite a bit longer than I expected. It's the state of the world we're living in. I got hope. I always got hope. Hoping and praying. Ultimately, it's in God's hands. But make no mistake, that does not abrogate our responsibility in this life to take action. It doesn't justify loving thyself over everything else, including your children. So this is in God's hands. But you are responsible for your actions, or lack thereof. And then if this takes the darker path, yep, this channel, make no mistake, this channel will disappear. So will I. Not by choice. YouTube doesn't like it when people talk about this stuff. That's just for starters. That's besides the government. Here we are. Just make no mistake. People don't wake up. And it's not going to just be my itty bitty little channel here that disappears. They've been going after channels for a long time now. A lot of people are going to disappear. And then when those people are gone, they're going to come for the rest of you. Make no mistake. Because they made it abundantly clear. There's too many people on this planet. Their target number is 500 million. And they've openly admitted to that. They've openly made that statement. Their target number is 500 million. So how good do you think your odds that you're going to survive because your warm fuzzies were more important. How good do you think your odds are if these people win? They're not good at all. And make no mistake, they will make sure that they survive. And their friends, their inner circle, they come first. You're an afterthought. And if you don't toe the line, and if you're not useful to them in some way, shape, or form, you're going to be on the wrong side of the equation. This isn't a conspiracy theory, folks. They put this information out there. It is documented in the public forum. They're not even hiding it. They don't even hide it anymore. It's how brazen that they have become. They have put their plans out there for the world to see, knowing that nobody is going to pay attention. Because love thyself has become the commandment of the day. That commandment does not come from God. It comes from the very people that are looking to wipe you out. What can I do? Not much. This is literally all I can do at this point. Speak into the void. Just speaking into the void. Knowing that nobody's going to listen. Nobody's going to give a shit. Except for maybe YouTube, where they care, just not in the right way. And they're going to shut this channel down at some point. I'm telling you that much. Which is ironic because, like I said, nobody gives a shit. I'm not a threat. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. I'm sitting here just speaking in the void, speaking the truth as I understand it. Nobody cares. Yet they'll still consider me a threat. They'll still come after me. Sooner or later. It's only a matter of time. Doesn't matter how big or small. I'm telling you, this channel is never gonna blow up. It's never gonna be big. It's not gonna stop them from coming after me, though. It's not gonna stop them. It's only a matter of time. Why? Because I've had enough. I've had enough of the pussyfooting. I've had enough of walking on eggshells. I've had enough of the censorship. I've had enough. So they will come for me. The only question is when. And will there be anybody around to even notice? Probably not. Most likely not. But at least I'll be able to live myself and die with a clean conscience. Let's put it that way. So here we are. You've been warned. I'm not the only one. There have been plenty of us out there ringing that bell. Personally, I never thought I'd be in this particular position to be ringing it, but here I am. Here we are. But I'm not the only one. Some people are listening. Some. Without action, doesn't matter. And we're still in this position. I just can't with this. I just can't. What a way to start a Monday. What the freaking funk you coming in, man? All right, there you have it. So that was the intro to this particular House of G. Yeah, treason in the White House. Gotta love it. Fuck, man. I wish somebody would hand me $1 billion in freaking assets. I mean, that would be pretty nice if you ask me. Do you know what I could do with this channel with $1 billion fucking dollars? Or my main channel? Like, holy shit, are you serious? Do you know what I could do with that? Just imagine what they can do with weapons of war. I'm on Rocket Tride. All right. Well, now that I've offended your warm fuzzies, let's go on and get into the main segment of today's House of G. So yeah, we're going to be going over some, Hulk and robots and whatnot. Hopefully, we'll see. Hopefully there'll be some fun stuff in there. I don't know. I'm looking at this and I'm already kind of dreading it a little bit. Son of a bitch, man. Freaking Marvel. This shit was supposed to be fun. What are you doing to me? This was supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a good time. It's supposed to be just getting all geeking out and stuff like that. What have you done? What have you done? Oh, Jimmy Cricket. All right, here we go. Boom. So we're going to start off today with 2099 Unlimited, number 3. And, you got the Stealth Hulk there. He's actually green. Gotta love the green screen there. Hulk 2099. I'm not really sure why they went this route. Is 2099 Unlimited is the name of the title, but it did feature the Incredible Hulk from 2099. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is just, it's impossible not to. It's a little difficult to see here, but if you look at that picture over there, this is not your grandfather's Hulk. This is, it's just, I don't know. That is not the Hulk. The Incredible Hulk looks human. Very big, very muscular, very powerful, but human. And green. Now, when it comes to X-Men 2099, they replaced Angel, who looked like an angel, was Bloodhawk, who is a demon. It's a demon stylized character. And now from the Incredible Hulk that looks, maybe powerful, very, very, very savage, but still human. Still looks human. To this. That's just a monster right there. That's not the Hulk. That's just a monster. So not only did they twist and bastardize Angel in this 2099 iteration, they did it to the Hulk too. Why? Because they can't have men thinking that they're big, strong, and powerful. Yeah, I'm not gonna mince words there. They butchered the Hulk because they cannot have men thinking that they're big, strong, and powerful. If you don't understand why, then you're not paying attention. Pop culture matters, folks. And now we have a president committing open treason. A government committing open treason. It's not just Biden. There's a whole mess of people surrounding him in controlling these government organizations, including our military, committing acts of treason. He's the commander-in-chief, but make no mistake. When you swear an oath of office, and that's what every single one of these officials do, including the military, you swear an oath in office, an oath of office to uphold the Constitution and whatnot. That includes saying no to unlawful orders. When the president is committing treason, you have an obligation to say no. Enough people said yes, and here we are. Which is why they don't want men to know how big, strong, and powerful they can really be. Which is why they butchered the Hulk in Hulk 2099. That is not the Hulk. This is a monstrosity. It's straight up demonic. They take Angel, turn him into a demon. They take the Hulk, turn him into a demon. They take men and they demonize men. Because men, big, strong, righteous men, are the only thing standing in their way. Pop Culture Archaeology 101. Let's go ahead and open this up. This is why I'm doing the Hulk ones first, because I know for a fact that I'm not going to be happy with these. With the Robotech, I saved the one for last that is hopefully going to be the most positive deep dive. We'll see here. Overall, it's in pretty good condition, which I'm from a financial standpoint, I don't give a shit. But from cataloging comic book history, that's where the value comes in for me. The subtitle is Water God. I'm not sure. We'll find out where they're going with that. It's usually not a good sign, though. This is from January 3rd of 1994. This is right before the Great Divergence. These people were already in position, but they weren't in complete and total control. The Great Divergence of 95-96, they took full control. But they were, like I said, they were already in position. They were waiting for that trigger to be pulled so they could take over. And that's what happened during that Great Divergence. So it's talking about like a nuclear accident. What? Wait. Hold on. So it's California. Apparently, California is an island at this point. So California of 2099, it is an island, a man-made island. They actually dug a canal around the state to cut it off. Interesting. And there are people trying to cross this moat from the neighboring state where this nuclear explosion has taken place. They're desperate to escape the radiation, so they're trying to cross this California moat. Sound familiar? I mean, does this sound familiar, folks? Do I need to say any more on that? They're trying to cross the moat into California, but looky here. They have California has a self-defense mechanism. They got these mechanized turrets that are just shooting people down. Interesting. It's very interesting. Very interesting. Concerning the fact that the southern border of the United States is wide open at this point, pretty much. Fascinating how that works. Oh, wait a minute. What do we got here? Hold on. Wait. Okay, here we go. Okay, I see where they're going with this. In comes the Hulk. But he's not the real Hulk. He's just some demonic-looking creature masquerading as the Hulk, tearing down the defenses of California State in 2099. Interesting. I was wondering, and there it is. And he's telling them, apparently he speaks pretty good English. He's all, swim for shore, leave your dead, drag all the wounded you can, I'll carry the rest. And the people are, bless you, bless you. Who are they calling upon to bless him is the question. Oh, I think you're supposed to save your blessings. Wow. Okay. Save your blessings. I wonder why that offends him so much. Okay, so the Hulk is from Hollywood. So he's actually talking to these people, I'm trying to get an idea for the story, and it's just the Hulk is from Hollywood. Whatever his real identity is, he's from Hollywood. So I'm not too surprised he's looking pretty fucking demonic there, and yet masquerading as the hero. Interesting. Yeah, am I the only one seeing some parallels with some modern day events here? I don't know if California has succeeded from the United States or if it's still part of the United States, but they just built very strange, very, very strange. How many people are leaving California in droves at this point? They're leaving in droves. How long until they build a wall to keep people from leaving? Those demonic-looking creatures from Hollywood. But then, if you take a look at it in the light of the southern border of the entire country, these people are working very hard to break our border wide open, just like the Hulk is doing right now. He's trying to break that border defenses open, wide open. This is a very confused story. Let me tell you, it is. It is trying to swing for both sides of the fence. Okay, so here's where the whole water god comes in. So all of a sudden, boom, this dude pops up, and he is either made of water or he can control water. Not sure yet. And then naturally the Hulk is, fighting him and everything. But apparently he's a border defender for the state of California. Now, the Hulk does refer to California as being a crooked little state. That much I can agree with. And this is, this is one confused story. It's all over the place. It's like I said, it is swinging for both sides of the fence right now. Like I said, I'm done mincing words. I'm done playing games. Yeah. So you defiled the water, and the water god was made to protect. So this is referring to himself as the water god, and he was made to protect. So he was apparently created in a lab or something, probably much like the Hulk was. Yeah, this is issue number 3. So I don't know if issues 1 and 2 had the origin of this Hulk or what the deal is. He looks like the Abomination is what he looks like. So yeah, this is a they've established a pattern with the 29.9 universe. Take good characters, heroic characters that look the part. Angel, Hulk look like a man. The Incredible Hulk has always looked like a man. The most roughest version, roughest, toughest version of a man, but a man nonetheless. And they take him and they turn him into something demonic. So we've got a pattern here, folks. We have a pattern. This is 1994, right before the start of the Great Divergence. These people were already in place. They already had the foot in the door. They were just biding their time until they could take control and just run with it. And that's exactly what they did. Let's see. So, the Great Monkey Wrench of 2076. Wait a minute. So they purposely detonated the earthquake fault lines of Eastern California, letting the sacred waters of the Pacific join the Colorado River and separating this land from the parasitic United States. So they did succeed from the United States in a very literal manner. And this water, he literally thinks he's freaking holy or something. What the he thinks he's literally, they dropped some sort of advanced transformers into the water, and these transformers apparently have the ability to form the water into this creature, and somehow it gave him sentience, I guess. This is just weird, folks. It's just freaking weird. And then look at the Hulk. I mean, this is not the Hulk, folks. This is a twisted abomination perversion of the Hulk. So you got the Hulk. I mean, he just looks demonic. And then look at that tongue. Why the fuck is he sticking that tongue out there like that? I mean, that shit gross. What the fuck is this? This is not the Hulk. This is something else. And if anybody out there that's okay with this demonic looking stuff, all I can do is pray for you, because you need Jesus. Trying to figure out what's going on here. So apparently this Hulk is not, he's not a dumb brute. He has a high level of intelligence. Unlike the real Hulk, that is just rage and strength and Hulk power and everything. So he tricks us somehow. I don't know how. If these Transformers are giving it its form and it leaves the moat, I don't understand how it's maintaining its shape, let alone consciousness to begin with. But he lures it up into the mountains where high enough to where it freezes, and then he shatters it. But here's the problem. If the Transformers are still in the moat, then he hasn't defeated it. This is not very well written. I hate to break it to you. This is very poorly written. It's swinging for both sides of the fence, not doing a very good job of it. Apparently, yeah, the United States of this 2099 universe is, wow, holy shit. Apparently this is just like, holy crap. I mean, there's so many similarities, parallels to what's going on right now in the United States right now. That's the final page for this one, for the Hulk. He's carrying this kid, a bunch of refugees trying to cross over into the promised land. Does this not look familiar? Does this not ring a bell here, folks? Does this not ring a bell? Because it's ringing some pretty big bells for me. This is 1994. 27 years ago. We've seen so many freaking parallels and similarities between pop culture comic books. What's going on in the world right now? Is art imitating life? Is life imitating art? Is it just a never-ending cycle? Like, what is going on here? If I seem fired up, I am. Because our president is openly committing treason against the country right before our eyes, and nothing is being done about it. So I'm a little fired up. I'm done pulling punches. Now we got this. Like, what the hell is this? 1994. It's like they predicted this stuff. Or did these people have such a lack of imagination? They looked at these comic books, hey, wait, we can use that in real life. We can make a plan, like a real life plan out of this. Overwhelm the border with refugee caravans. Because that's exactly what's going on here. They took that, hey, wait, pop culture matters. Whether life is imitating art is imitating life. If art is imitating life, then they're basically prophesying the future of America at this point. But they're doing it in a way that's just completely twisted. Like, look at this demonic looking quote unquote Hulk is cradling this refugee child with a whole caravan of refugees behind him. So this demon is the hero of the refugees. And refugees in real life are in fact invaders of our country. Just do the math. Just do the freaking math. I'm not going to... If I have to spell it out for you... Why are you watching this show then? Why are you watching my stream? Why are you here? If I got to spell it out for you at this point... Okay. So that's the end of the Hulk one. Then we jump in the comic jumps to Spider-Man 2099. So yes, this is one of those, it's 29 Unlimited. It's one of those anthology-ish types. Now that was a full-blown Hulk comic. Now it's, but it's not just I think the Hulk was the mainstay of the title. But then they would like alter the additional stories and whatnot. So yeah, it's jumping over to Spider-Man 2099. Now, by and large, I did enjoy the Spider-Man 2099 character. I have noticed some things, though. Miguel, Spanish name. O'Hara, I think his last name was, which is freaking Irish. But he looks white. It's like this weird mishmash freaking potato of ethnic stuff. The character does... The human side of the character just doesn't make any sense. Like, what the hell were they trying to do with that? I have no idea. But overall, I did enjoy the character. Spider-Man 2099 may have been the best character from the 2099 universe. From what I can remember, at least. Maybe we'll find out here. I don't know. There's some vehicle, it's just like out of control or something like that. Spider-Man's trying to... It's either out of control or it's attacking something or escaping something. Spider-Man's involved, and he's trying to get control of it or whatever, stop it. Hold on. Or they might just be attacking him. Okay, you know what? These might be like law enforcement or something like that. I think they might be trying to chase him down. There's apparently a lot of corruption in the 2099 universe. They were just about 70 years ahead of their time. It looks like 80. Well, this is 1994. $27 years ahead of the time. Their time frame is off by quite a bit. Yeah, 1994, 2099. That's the time frame they made. Yeah, they were off by about that much. This is where we're actually at within this universe. So yeah, life imitating art, imitating life, imitating art, or is it art imitating life, imitating art, imitating life? Who the fuck knows at this point, man? Except for the fact that this came first. So apparently life is imitating art to a good extent. I mean, this is crazy, man. I'm just absolutely freaking crazy. Miguel O'Hara, what the hell kind of name is that? And he doesn't look Spanish. He doesn't look Irish. He just looks like a white American dude with brown hair. It's just a really weird ethnic makeup for the character. Huh? What the what? What? Hold on. Wait. Okay, so hold on. I don't know. This dude, he's like hacking into like a hospital network or something. I don't know. He's like going on this little tirade and stuff. Something about a high-speed DNA scanner. So, and that's apparently the final piece of the puzzle he needed. Those with inheritable genetic defects must die. Sounds familiar. Eugenics. Yeah, this is a eugenics-based villain. And so apparently he's collected the technology he needs to be able to change his DNA on the fly. He calls himself mutagen. So he jumps out the window of his apartment, and as he's doing his little monologue, he's like changing form, and there he just gets really weird looking, and then boom, he's literally a kite, a human kite. He goes 2-dimensional, so he can fly, and he calls himself mutagen. But it's technology based. He's gathered the technology to create this costume to allow him to do this. I think that's what's going on. Oh no, wait, hold on. Maybe he's a mutant. No, the high speed DNA scanner. So okay, never mind. He might just be a mutant. Because the scanner. Okay, so he's gonna be able to scan people to see if they got genetic defects and whether they need to be taken out in his twisted mindset. So apparently he's a mutant. Straight up mutant and eugenics based mutant. Interesting. Okay, so he doesn't have the DNA scanner. He knows where it is. He's located its current location. He's identified its current location, and he's actually off to go get it. So he doesn't have it yet, but he's taking out people left and right trying to get to it. And yes, he's definitely a bad guy, no doubt about that. I mean, he's definitely a bad guy. Villain. Super villain. Yeah. I think that much we can agree on here. And another unnecessary death. Like, he takes somebody out. Apparently, she did not have any defects that he knew of. He didn't want to. So he's supposed to be sympathetic or something? I'm just so fucking tired of this. I'm sorry, but if somebody's eugenics, yeah, whatever. Whatever. Then I see babies born with horrifying defects that should never have been passed to them by parents who should never have lived to reproduce. Then I remember why I do what I do. Oh, Miguel faced mutagen in 2099 Unlimited #1. Okay. So this guy's going, yeah, so we're going back. I don't know if I have #1 in my collection. I don't think I do. Maybe someday I can get a hold of it so we can really get the full picture here. But, okay, so I think this is Miguel's girlfriend. So, yeah, Miguel's at the hospital after his fight with the authorities or whatever. I don't know if he works there or his girlfriend. I'm not sure exactly. I think maybe he works there. I'm not sure. His girlfriend's there. Mutagen sees her, and he's like, wait a minute, your sister has a blood disease, which means you probably carry the genetic deficiency. So he's probably going to try and kill her. Holy Jiminy Cricket. I guess this is when his girlfriend finds out he's Spider-Man, and apparently mutagen as well. So yeah, he's not into Superman. Hey there, Remy. Welcome back to the stream. 72 minutes ago. Yeah, it's been an hour and 10 at this point. I never know. See, I don't script most of the stuff out, so I never know how exactly it's gonna go. And the first segment was just like, I just planned on like touching on it and moving on, maybe like 5 minutes. I think it turned to like 45 minutes or something like that. Good morning. Has been red skies, rain for weeks. It's like we are on Mars. Really? Aren't you? Wait a minute. Are you California? Are you California? Wait a minute. No. Hold on. No. I'm thinking Greece. Greece is on fire. Greece is literally on fire. So I was thinking maybe, I know California. I think California, the fires are down there. They're out now, right? I think. Which would possibly create red skies. But if that's not it, then any idea what's going on with the weather over there? Red skies for weeks. I don't know. There's just the world has just lost. Freaking Biden. Afghanistan. So you are in California. Okay, so I thought. I don't know. Any idea? Like, is there other fires going on? Like wildfires? Because if there's wildfires, it could be the world's on fire. South Africa's on fire. I know Greece is on fire. I know California was on fire. I don't know if California is still on fire. Like, what is going on here, Remy? And then Biden commits treason in Afghanistan over the last week. He leaves almost $1 billion in U.S. assets, equipment, weapons, buildings, structures, the embassy. Hands it to our enemies on a silver platter. What is going on in the world right now, Remy? Things are just, it's worse than Saigon. If people are comparing it to Jimmy Carter and say it's worse than Saigon. I mean, it's open treason. Giving aid and comfort to the enemy is treason. Handing almost $1 billion in assets to the enemy is the definition of the textbook dictionary definition of treason. California's been on fire for 3 summers in a row. That's not surprising. California, your state government's just like it's completely abandoned all forest, preservation. Any semblance, any pretense of forest preservation. Reveal actions. I don't know. It's I don't know. I mean, things are just going crazy. And yeah, getting into some $29.99 unlimited. So if you remember, they replaced Angel with Bloodhawk, who looks like a freaking demon, and now they replaced the Hulk with this demonic-looking creature. I mean, just look at this thing. That is not the Incredible Hulk. The Incredible Hulk looks like a man. He looks like a very strong, very powerful, very muscular man. Brutish, but a man nonetheless. But now look at this. I mean, that's just that is not the Hulk. I don't know what that creature is. That is not the Hulk. They completely twisted him into something else. This is turning into a theme with the 29.9 universe. I'm not gonna rehash what I already talked about. So if you get the time and you're interested, go ahead and check out the earlier part of the stream. But it's just and then the story for the Hulk was just like it pretty much predicted what's going on with our southern border right now. Reveal actions, reveal. Okay, that makes a little more sense. Revelations maybe. That's what it seems like. I don't know. The world is just gone absolutely bonkers. I don't know what to think right now. I mean, we've crossed the Rubicon. We have crossed the Rubicon at this point. And I don't know what's going to happen next. It's beyond any possible way of predicting that. But yeah, you got to check out the earlier part. The actual Hulk story. It was like it's like they looked into a crystal ball looking into the future and pulled current events into the story. The 1994. This is 1994. Sorry to ask about because I came in late, but what year? Yeah, 1994. January, right? So keep in mind the Great Divergence, 95, 96. Before the Great Divergence, these people had their foot in the door. They had their people in place. They were coming up with stuff like this. They took the 29.9 universe and they did some stuff with it. It was like kind of like a dry run almost. And then the Great Divergence, 95, 96. These people that had the foot in the door, they took over. They took control of the whole freaking enchilada. I'm freaking over it, Remy. I'm over it. This is supposed to be fun. And it's like, this is just freaking bonkers. And then you got freaking treason in Afghanistan. I'm on fire right now. I just can't with this, man. I just can't with this. I can't with this. Jimmy freaking Cricket. So yeah, he went from being a manly looking, he's a creature of rage, but in strength. But he was still a man. He was still a man. Even as the Hulk, he looked like a man. Very strong and powerful man, but a man nonetheless. Now we got this. What is this? This isn't the Hulk. This is the Abomination. This is what you expect Abomination to look like, not the Hulk. Now back in the day, I wasn't too comfortable with this iteration of the Hulk. I wasn't a huge fan of it. Now I'm starting to understand why I wasn't a fan of it back then. I've been researching quantum grammar. That's a new one. Quantum grammar. I haven't heard of that one. U.S. Postal Service World Postmaster and the Title for Captured Flag. What is the title for Captured Flag? But I am here to see what we can do. What clues can be revealed? On fire, me too. I'm excited. The end is near, and that means good things for the faithful. Well, that looks like the new Venom. Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. They took him from the Hulk, the real Hulk. He looks like he's an exaggerated man, but he's a man nonetheless. This is something else. They take the man and they pervert him into a demonic-looking creature. I'm done pulling punches. I'm done mincing words. This is demonic, and they do it on purpose. They did it to Angel. They turned him into the demonic Bloodhawk, and now they take the Hulk and turn him into a demonic Abomination. They should not have titled him Hulk. They should have did. And then the story itself, I'm not going to rehash it. If you get time, you need to go back and check out the actual story. It will knock your socks off. You will not believe the story. It's freaking nuts. We've established a pattern with the 29.9 universe. And the people that took over during the Great Divergence, this is where they were cooling their heels until they had the opportunity to take control. Among other titles, they were there. They had their foot in the door. They were there. They were just biding their time. They were doing what they could, what little they could, biding their time until they had their opportunity, and they got their opportunity. I grew up with Lou Ferrigno, a real human with obvious green paint. It was the best. Exactly. Yeah. So that's exactly, yeah. So if you get the chance, go watch the first part of the stream and everything, and you'll understand what that's exactly what I was getting at. It's just, oh my Lord, I freaking can't with this. I'm just, the Afghanistan thing has got me so pissed off. And people, it's connected. This stuff is all connected. I went pretty deep with it for the first hour, so I can't summarize. I don't even know how to summarize it. So if you get the chance to check it out, but it's all connected. It is connected. Whether people want to realize, pop culture matters. It matters. You don't have to go right now, but if you want to, go for it. I'm going back to see some of the deals to begin to be right back. But yeah, no, if you want to, go for it. Until YouTube takes down my channel, it'll be here you can watch it anytime you want. It's like, okay, let's get back into it here. So we got Miguel. He tries to play the hero as just a human being. He gets his clock cleaned almost, apparently, at least by the mutagen, but then he leaps into action as a Spider-Man, and he's just chilling. And both mutagen and his girlfriend see him do these acrobatics and then cling to the ceiling. And she's like, Miguel? And he's thinking of himself, so much for cleverness. And mutagen is all, good Lord. And then he finally says, well, so much for secrecy. And then he leaps into action. And yeah, so he takes mutagen by surprise. His girlfriend is, obviously surprised. And so he's trying to get his mask on before anybody else can happen upon the fight and everything. Meanwhile, okay, be right back. It's all good. You do your thing there, Remy. So yeah, he's getting his costume together in the middle of the fight and everything. His girlfriend is trying to run for safety, and mutagen somehow incapacitates her. I'm not exactly sure what he does there. Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, it looks like maybe he threw stones at her. Because he's looking to murder her for the fact that her sister has like a genetic defect. Spider-Man's not too happy about it. Naturally, this mutagen is all like, they're genetically flawed. He's trying to justify his actions to Spider-Man 2099 and whatnot, but Spider-Man's not having it, as he should not have it. I mean, that's just, that's no go. Eugenics is not a good thing. There is no way of making that into a good thing. But he is trying to convince Spider-Man to join him in his crusade against genetic defects. So that's a little surprising, actually. I'm a little surprised by that, because the people that did this, the bastardized the Hulk, they're all for eugenics. They are all for genetic manipulation. They're all for it. So it's a little surprising that they're making this mutagen character a blatantly bad guy, a blatant villain. Like I said, these guys are swinging. They're swinging for both sides of the fence here. That's what they do. No, it's very clever. Like the Hulk, they try to turn him into the sympathetic hero, even though they turn him into this demonic-looking entity with this really, really bizarre storyline. And the reason it's bizarre is because it reflects modern. It reflects the modern situation with the southern border, almost like it was a prophecy. But then they got Spider-Man, and he's fighting this guy who's clearly a supervillain. You can't. It's difficult to argue that he's not a supervillain. I don't know if it's the same. I don't think it's the same writer. I'm pretty sure it's a different team for each of the stories. Evan Skolnick for Spider-Man. Gerard Jones for Hulk. Yeah, so it's a different team for both stories, even though it's all in one title, which is to be expected. It's a lot of work to do in a month or however long. I don't know how often this was printed. It could have been monthly, bi-monthly, could have been an annual. I don't think it was an annual. No, I'm pretty sure it was monthly. It's a lot of work. So yeah, you need multiple teams. Okay, so his girlfriend's alive. She's just unconscious. What the what? What? Okay, I have no idea what's going on here. What? Okay, so they're outside and it's snowing apparently. He clocks Mutagen right in the face. And what? Did they miss a panel? But can he handle the heat? This doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense. Hold on, what? This doesn't make any sense. So apparently, okay, so apparently they're still inside the building, but it's some sort of... What? Maybe they're... I thought he knocked him outside of the building. This is not making any sense. It's not making any sense. So Spider-Man like tackles him through this door or window or something. I thought they went outside and it's like snowing outside, but apparently it's still inside the building. And then at some point, Spider-Man, he hits this button because it's freezing in here to the point where it's snowing. And it's like mutagen is adapting to the cold. So he pushes this button and all of a sudden it warms up the room or something. Or it's in the process of. So he kicks mutagen. And then all of a sudden there's like this nuclear fission core thing or something. He's like, can you take the heat? So it goes from freezing snow to like all of a sudden like this nuclear reactor. I don't know what's going on as far as the environment goes. This was not well planned out. It's not making any sense. I think it all took place inside the building, but it's not making any sense. Like, why is there snow? And then all of a sudden there's this freaking, looks like a miniature sun. Like, where did that come from? I have no freaking clue. Apparently they took it for granted that it's a futuristic setting. They're like, oh, people get it. It's science fiction. It doesn't matter. That's the only thing I can think of. Yeah, welcome back, Roman. Came back none the wiser, but I'm to listen. It's cool to see the cover on the side. Also, I hear like a fan or clock ticking in the background. It is kind of comforting. That's good to know because it is my ceiling fan. Most of the time it doesn't make any noise. Sometimes it does. I'm not really sure why. But I'm glad it's not a nuisance, at least. What are you going to do? Cold fusion. Yeah, but here, that's not the confusing thing. The confusing thing is what is going on with the environment. First, I thought he knocked the guy outside, but apparently they're still in the building, and it's snowing. It's freezing cold, and it's snowing. And then all of a sudden, this thing just popped up. This was nowhere in any of the other previous panels. It's all of a sudden, it's just there. That's what I'm saying. It like materialized out of thin air. That's what's confusing me. I don't know what the hell is going on with this. Ancient Sumerian technology and knowledge microbiology has been released. Sending new videos. Really? Huh. Okay. Sumerian. No, yeah. If you can send me those, that'd be cool. That is interesting. Because there are some Egyptian hieroglyphics regarding sexual reproduction that they should not have had knowledge of. We're talking about a microscopic level. and the accepted Orthodox history that they put out, they should not have had knowledge of that. So I'm curious about that, especially being a biologist. Ancient Sumerian microbiology technology. Okay. No, yeah. I'm looking forward to checking that out. Okay, so let's continue here. So, so it just doesn't make any sense. There's nothing connecting it. It's just that all of a sudden it's snowing, and then all of a sudden, boom, you got this. It's supposed to be super hot with this nuclear freaking reactor, and it just doesn't make any damn sense. It's just all over the place. Like they're pushing too hard to move the story along, and not explaining it. So there's an explosion, mutagen disappears or something. I don't know. It doesn't explain it very well. He's like, arg. And it just, basically vanishes. Spider-Man grabs his girlfriend, exits the building. Mutagen is still there. And at the very end, he gets his hands on the DNA scanner, which was his objective all along. So Spider-Man won the fight, but Mutagen succeeded in his objective at the same time. So it's kind of hard to call it a real victory. So that's pretty much the end of it. It wasn't like a terrible story. It's just that scene where he knocks him into the freaking snow, and then all of a sudden the snow just disappears, and there's this freaking reactor there that just pops up out of nowhere. Doesn't make any sense. That's my only real issue with it, as far as the Spider-Man part goes. I'm sorry, what? What? I think he says something. Oh, yeah, you see, it is cool to see the cover on the side. Okay, so you are liking... Yeah, so you like that? Okay, cool. I was hoping people would like that. It's like yeah, I'm trying to find ways to jazz up the channel and everything as best I can. Our work is hard to look at, very disjointed, and just sketch as in shitty. I mean, it's not. The artwork is it's not terrible, but it is kind of like some of the scenes they do seem unfinished, I guess you could say. Kind of a minimalist type of artwork, I guess. Yeah, it's disjointed is a good word for it. And those 3 pages they don't flow because they don't make any sense. Like, why is there snow? And then all of a sudden the snow is gone and there's like a freaking fusion reactor out of nowhere or whatever it is. I got no fucking clue. We use Egyptian systems, laws, and some government practices all day. Yeah, not pleasing, hard for that. Focus on just. The artwork's not terrible, but yeah, there are issues with it. It's not complete. It does seem like it's on the lazy side. That is the end of the story, and then we got this. Hellstorm, the Prince of Lies. This is a title apparently Marvel came up with around the same time. But here's the kicker. What happens when the Prince of Lies finds out he's been lied to his entire life? Damon Hellstrom returns in an all-new monthly horror series. I recognize the character. I've never been into the character for hopefully obvious reasons. What happens when the Prince of Lies finds out he's been lied to his entire life? What is that? What? I've never liked the character. I've never been a fan of it, and that's just like, that's just weird. So again, they're trying to, I think he's supposed to be the Marvel Comics version of like the son of Satan. I think Mephisto's his father or some shit. I don't know. What happens when the Prince of Lies finds out he's been lied to his entire... So they're trying to turn the son of Satan into like a sympathetic like anti-hero or some shit. Oh wow, look at all of that simple like cheap gas station. You do have a way with words there sometimes, Remy. It's yeah. Oh wow, look at all that symbiology. Might as well say 2020. Yeah, exactly right. Like, I've never been a fan of the character. But then they get this. What happens when the Prince of Lies finds out he's been lied to his entire life? That just blows my mind. So this is what I'm talking about. There's a lot of stuff in comic books and pop culture that's based on biblical stories, biblical concepts, biblical truths. I don't have a problem with biblical concepts being the inspiration for characters and stories and stuff like that. I don't have a problem with that. What I have a problem with is when they take those biblical concepts and twist them into something that's not biblical, anti-biblical. This is one of them. I have a problem with that entire concept right there. What do you smell? Okay, so what the what? Okay, so yeah, this is an anthology series. Then finally, we got this Kid Current Online. I have absolutely no idea what this is. It looks ridiculous. It looks like a kid's cartoon, like specifically drawn for 5-year-olds. What? What? Oh, it gets even better. What is this? What is this? Yee, my mule. What? What is this? What is happening right now? Am I having a stroke? What am I seeing this right? Is that a dude? I don't even know if that's a dude. What is this? And they got this weird, this is a weird scene. They got this dude standing there, and the other dude is just like hanging on him, as well as the wolf cat thing. That's just an odd scene. It's just odd. Is this supposed to be taking place in like cyberspace? And then you got this scene where they're all like salute, and the dude looks very feminine. He looks like he should have boobs in that picture. I don't understand what I'm looking at. I don't know who this character is. Never heard of him before. I don't understand what this is. It's not entertaining. Like there's no entertainment value here. Please explain to me how this is a Marvel comic. Please explain to me how this isn't a Marvel comic, because this is terrible. This is like some independent comic book title that got shoehorned in. The artwork is terrible. The story is just, there's no logic to the story. There is no story. It's just a bunch of stuff just smashed together. It's just a word salad, pretty much. This is making me think that this is a precursor to modern comic books. This is one of the, whoever drew this, whoever wrote it, I'm thinking this is a checkbox story where they check off the boxes. You have to have this type of person writing it, this type of person drawing it. Check, 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 check. I'm thinking this is a precursor to what they're doing in comic books right now. This is just ridiculous. I cannot believe that I paid money for this. I would never pay money for this. This is ludicrous. The artwork is terrible. The story doesn't exist. There is no story. It's just a bunch of random nonsense just jammed together like a bunch of word salad. And it talks about Nikola Tesla. Where did Tesla come from? I have no idea what's going on with this story. Not a clue. Not a clue. The origin of comic books probably, no, the origin of comic books were just comic books. But anything, now this is the point that I'm trying to make. Anything can be turned into propaganda. Anything. This is why pop culture matters. Comic books were made for fun. They were made there were morals to the stories. The heroes were based on, like biblical concepts. But then it was taken over and turned into propaganda. Not everybody involved in this stuff is like dark and evil. But the bad people did take over. And there are like independent comic books that are created by people like that. It's not a blanket thing across the board. This is just freaking weird. I have no idea what the hell that was. This doesn't make the artwork is terrible. The story is just nonsensical. It doesn't make any damn sense. How is this in a mainstream Marvel title? Somebody got their kid a job. Let's put it that way. Thankfully, that is the end of that one. So, mother Murgatroyd. That was just painful. 29 Unlimited, issue number 3, January of 1994, right before the Great Divergence, when these sideshow freaks completely took over comic books. Hulk 2099. That is not the Hulk. That is something demonic. It is a demonic abomination. That should be a villain, not a hero. That should be a villain character. So they butchered and bastardized the Hulk, just like they butchered and bastardized Angel and turned him into Bloodhawk, who was a victim of human trafficking. This is just, this is just absolutely, this is a batshit crazy at this point. No, I've seen some comic books that were straight up, like demonic stuff, straight up. But not all. That's not how comic books were designed. Like just like anything, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is. Everything that man creates, there's gonna be some evil piece of garbage out there looking to pervert it and twist it into something else. That's just a fact of life. And that is why the price of freedom is eternal vigilance, which a lot of people don't seem to understand nowadays and don't want to take that on that responsibility. Okay. Oh, I almost forgot something here. All right, so let's add the next issue onto the stack here. Boom. All right, so we're looking at $20.99 Unlimited, issue number 4. This is April. Okay, so it's a quarterly. This was a quarterly comic book. April of 1994. Featuring Hulk 2099 plus some other stuff. Takrima, whatever that is, Metal Scream. 3 big features. Yeah, so it's a quarterly anthology type deal. Oh, Lacrima 2099. She's got like bat wings or something. Metal Scream, yeah, it looks like it's supposed to be some sort of pseudo metal rocker or something. I don't know, we'll find out here. It's probably just going to be bonkers, just as bonkers as the last one. 1994, January, noted demonic prisoner, victim of human trafficking. Bloodhawk from X-Men 2099. He's the victim of human trafficking. They were very explicit about it in that issue. I think it was number 4, issue number 4. I'm just freaking on fire right now. Yeah, 2099 Unlimited. Yeah, Hulk 29. He didn't have his own title for some reason. I have no idea why. They made it a quarterly anthology featuring the Hulk plus whatever else they felt like. And this Hulk, it was always weird. Like back in the day, I wasn't entirely comfortable with it, and now with that 2020 hindsight, it's just grotesque, straight up grotesque. I just can't with this. Folks, Ragnarok has been exposed. Let the true Ragnarok begin. I am the heir to Valhalla. I am the perfect man. What? What? Okay, so this dude is the perfect man. Hey, ladies. Here's your dreamboat right there. Here's your perfect man. Drink that in. What? 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 What is this? Do not tell me that's some sort of Thor wannabe. He's got a hammer. It's a wooden mallet. Issued him for my screen. Yeah. San Francisco, gotta love it. He's got a wooden hammer. The East Coast technocrats have lied to you, worshippers of Thor. The airborne Valhalla they tried to lure you to was a trick of the fall of the hammer. It says asterisk fall of the hammer. I have no idea what that is. But this perfect man with the lizard tail has a wooden hammer that looks like Mjolnir. I don't know what the fuck is going on. That's your perfect man right there, ladies. That is your perfect man, according to Marvel. That is your perfect man. What is happening? What is happening right now? I think I'm having a stroke. This is 1994. It's too early to be having a woke stroke. Oh wow, a red squid with a rooster top and teeth. That's a good description of him. I don't know what this. I'm trying to find out here. I'm trying to find out what's going on. It's just freaking weird. What? They have just done a hodgepodge of just all kinds of stuff. I think this guy is supposed to be the Hulk in human. This is like normal human form. I came looking for Gawain. I might be thinking Galahad. The kid was kidnapped by genetic researchers after I betrayed his Knights of the Banner cult. And Banner, I'm thinking of maybe that's Bruce Banner, not like a Banner. Knights of the Bruce Banner cult. What? So that's part of the problem. It doesn't make any sense because it doesn't explain stuff, and the stuff that is there is just weird. Like they try to go so futuristic and edgy with it, but there's no context to apply it to. So it just doesn't make any sense. They don't provide the context. And you get this weird lizard dude who thinks he's the perfect man with a wooden hammer. I don't know where he got the wooden hammer. And these guys are flying through they're flying around in their flying car. Dude attacks, boom, and the concrete from the road hits their car. They crash, whatever. He catches the girl. Ooh la la, bow chicka wow. And what is that? I can't freaking tell. What? That is a jeans commercial, or jeans ad. So never mind that. Okay. What? Nearly got you killed in the 30-mile mall. 2099 unlimited number 2, which I don't have. So that's something that took place before. I can't explain it because I have no idea. What the hell? Wait a minute. What? What? Hold on. I just need a moment. I need a moment. What? No, the jeans commercial was an ad. It was just a standalone ad. Yeah, it was just a standalone ad. It's for jeans, XAM, painting. I don't know, some weird ad. Okay, there were jeans. There was a skateboard champion. It doesn't even make sense. XAM is a trademark of Sun Apparel. Yeah, I don't even know. I have no idea what they're advertising for. Except I think it's jeans. I think. It's just a stupid comic book ad. Not a clue. But the false Ragnarok was a harbinger of the true. Here's our proof, O brothers in Thor. Here is Sigurd, the great beast, foretold of in Asgardian legend. No, I am no beast. I am a man, the perfect man. What? So they're basically just making a mockery of Thor at this point? The cult of Thor or something? I don't know what's going on. There's like several dudes dressed as Thor, and they're facing off against this lizard man thing who thinks he's the perfect man. And then the dude, yeah, he is the Hulk. He jumps off and he transforms. And now there he almost looks like the real Hulk, except he's got like claws for feet and hands. But his face is actually kind of human at that point. But then he makes the full transformation into this beast. It's just freaking weird, man. The perfect man. And these fake Thors? I don't know what the hell? So the Hulk lands on him, which he should have like flattened him, just flattened the guy because he's the Hulk. But so apparently this perfect man lizard creature is a superpowered entity. He's beating the crap out of these Thors. I don't know if they're just normal dudes or what is going on. And something about this medallion. Okay, so the medallion doesn't mean anything. His name is Sigurd. The next step in human evolution. Do you think a beast like you can hurt me? I have a feeling they came from the same lab or something. But I don't think we're as different as you want to believe, so I know how I can get through to him. To Sigurd, the man Gog, harbinger of Ragnarok, hurl yourself into his wrath. Let death at his hands bear you to Valhalla. Okay, so apparently this is, in fact, some sort of Thor cult. They've turned Thor into just a mockery at this point. It's a Thor cult. It's a Thor cult. Even the kids are getting in on it. No, the priest is right. It's a freaking Thor cult. And the Hulk is like, stop. Stop. An advert for lizard cheese. That would make more sense than whatever's going on here. Lizard cheese make you the perfect man. Or yeah, no, no. I know you're joking around. It's just the funniest part is that it's as good as that is as good an explanation as anything I can come up with at this point. I know you're joking, but that's just how ridiculous this is. Like I have no idea what they turned Thor into a freaking joke. Like the new Thor movie, Love and Thunder, is a freaking joke. They've just butchered Thor, the character. They've turned him into a mockery, but they were doing it in 1994. They started in The more things change, the more they stay the same. They were already screwing with Thor back in 1994, right before the Great Divergence. They were screwing with Thor, turning him into a joke, and they've completed their work with Thor: Love and Thunder. Jimmy Cricket, man. I just can't with this. So this dude, this lizard dude is just like beating the teetotal crap out of these Thors, quite possibly killing them. And the Hulk is like, well, I should tear his head off, but I can't because he's me. He's not you, for starters. Just take him out. So they're fighting, whatever, doing their thing, boom, boom, boom. Hulk's girlfriend, I don't know, she was up on the rooftop. She's climbing down. She gets the medallion. I don't know if there's anything actually special about the medallion or not. Apparently she finds something about the medallion that the Hulk was a little too busy to pay attention to or catch on to. I'll go make coffee. You do that. Fashion hairstyles and mimicking that Rooster Spikes look. Yeah, with the 2099, it's a very rough comic book universe. There's a lot of stuff going on. I think like mega corporations have taken over. The United States is a disaster at that point. There's a lot of like apocalyptic type stuff going on, including like punk rock stuff, like cyberpunk, whatever. That's just the year 2099 in the Marvel universe. Mega stars are wearing, yeah. The Hulk can't because of COVID. Well, this is definitely not COVID. Whatever they're doing to him, it's something else. It's this dude is like out of his mind. This is not the Hulk. I mean, it's just a weird looking creature. It's the Abomination. They took the Abomination and they turned him into the Hulk. And it's just, that's just why I can never get into the Hulk 2099. It wasn't the Hulk. Yeah. Okay. So, the children of the cult of Thor jumping on the action. They're trying to stop the Hulk because they want their parents to get slaughtered by this creature so they can go to Valhalla. It's just like, what the hell? Okay. Whoever wrote this does not understand Viking, like, mythology and stuff like that. Yes, Vikings wanted to... correct myself. Personally, I think it's a good thing when you can amuse yourself. That's just my humble opinion. I amuse myself all the time, so that's not a bad thing in my book. Oh my Lord, with this, I'm just so over all of it. Yeah, Vikings, yes, they believe that if they died a glorious death in battle, they would go to Valhalla. But guess what? They weren't suicidal. They didn't go. The point wasn't to die in battle. The point was to die fighting for their honor, fighting for their people, fighting for their village. It wasn't to throw their lives away. It wasn't suicide. This is what I'm talking about. They've taken, not now at this point, not only are they mocking Thor, they're mocking Viking history. Now, I'm not a Viking. I'm not saying I ever want to be a Viking. But they're straight up mocking Viking. Just everything's Viking at this point. They're just mocking it. There's just no respect. They're not doing it in a way that's funny. It's just dumb. It's just freaking dumb. Oh, I just can't with this. So then his girlfriend, I don't know if it's the same car from before or she stole a new one. I don't know. She slams into Sigurd with her car. Apparently that's the fashion of the day, which is not too far off from what we got going on in the modern world. At least she's not wearing hot pant leggings. She picks up the thing, the medallion, and it turns out to be a medical alert bracelet, pretty much. It's medical alert bracelet. But they try to make it just such an intense thing. I mean, look how intense that face is. Sigurd, it's your medical alert bracelet. Behold the artifact, the great and wonderful artifact of the medical alert medallion. What is this? I don't know why it's so funny. It's so freaking ridiculous. Oh, Jiminy Cricket. Yeah, the point was to win Ding Dong's twin and live clowns because writers covers movie want American men to become weak. Female spirit of American men is not weak. That sums up what I've been saying. The Hulk, the real Hulk, looks like a man, a very strong and powerful and masculine man. But then it takes that every human male aspect of the Hulk and turns it into a monster. Because they don't want men to think they're strong. They don't want men to think that they can actually make a difference. Behold the glory of the medical alert medallion. Oh, Jimmy Cricket. So, oh my gosh, I just... Oh, yeah, she's talking to him. She's trying to talk. Yeah, she's trying to get his attention. I get that, but it's just freaking hilarious the way they drew that. It's we make medical alert bracelet jokes to family all the time. That must be a straight up advertisement for Effie Medical Alert, pretty much at this point. That's one. I don't know, man. It's just hilarious the way they drew that. So the Sigurd is, he's a genetic experiment gone wrong. Like, apparently he wanted to be the perfect man, so he considered himself. It's just a wonky story here. And they messed him up real good, and he's just on a rampage at that point. I still don't know where he got the wooden mallet from. It doesn't explain any of that, so far as I can tell. This is kind of crazy. So the Hulk pretty much finally just cuts loose, cleans his clock, cow, sends him flying. This has been such a weird story. I don't even know. It's not a good comic book title. Let me just sum it up for you there. It's not a good title. This is such a weird freaking title. I'm trying to understand what's happening here in the last page because what the what? I don't know. This is what the. It's just such bad writing, bad artwork. Yeah, you got this Thor. It's a full core. Son of a mother. Cult of Thor. It is a cult of Thor. We're not talking about like freaking people that worship Norse gods. Like, no, it's a cult of Thor. I don't know who thought this was a good idea, but they're probably still working in comic books. Let that sink in. And then they carry off this dude for whatever reason. This cult of Thor carries off this genetic abomination, genetically, experiment. That's the end of it. It wasn't entertaining. It was not entertaining. It was just goofy in a bad way. There's good goofy and there's bad goofy. This was bad goofy. And it's just insulting to say the least if you're a Viking. And what is this? Okay, so that's the end of the Hulk segment of this issue. And then we jump to this. There's a pattern with this stuff. So we jump to this. This is the next story in this anthology. And the artwork is just as bad as that last story in the previous one. This artwork is terrible. This artwork is terrible. Look at this. This is amateurish. This is not Marvel level artwork. This is not professional. It's goofy. Look at how is this in here? How did this get approved? How? This is the level that I expect from modern Marvel, from modern comic books. They're all about the check marks now. It's not about talent. It's about skin color and identity and all that garbage. It's not about talent anymore. But this is 1994. How did this happen in 1994? I expect this from modern Marvel. This is 27-ish years ago. It's awful. I'm not even going to read it. It's so bad. The artwork is so bad. I'm not going to waste my time reading this. Okay, so there's Metal Scream on the cover. Now, on the cover, it doesn't look completely terrible. It doesn't look inspiring, but it's not completely terrible. Then we have the action. Now, keep in mind, a lot of times the cover is drawn by somebody else. It's not drawn by the person that drew the story. Oh, wow. I missed a lot there. Spirit American Women's Now Week. Make medical bracelets. There were probably a million commercials on TV and radio for back then, too. Yeah, I've fallen and they can't get up. FA is better. Yeah. I kind of figured. Going to anyway. Well, I'm a sailor and I do my best not to cuss like a sailor, but it can be difficult sometimes. Title of the word comes from the word Titan. Say that title 4 times. What? Sometimes it sounds like a part of an evil chancellor or something. Good for you. On the cover, it looks like he's on a cross. No, he's just got his arms out for like balance or something. But it does kind of have that. That's not. Yeah, he's not on a cross. He's just splashing into something. It's just weird. The point is the artwork. The artwork on the cover is definitely better than this. So whoever drew the cover, it was not the same person that drew the story. And this is just awful. I have no interest in reading this. He's surrounded by skulls on pikes for some reason. What is this? This is so bad. This is so freaking bad. This is what I expect from somebody that is drawing their first comic book. They're just learning how to draw. They don't have the skill. They don't have the experience. They don't have the talent. They're just starting off. How did this get into a major Marvel title? It's horrible. I'm not wasting any more time on it. It's freaking horrible. And it's so from what I can tell, it's just demented. Metal Scream is supposed to be the hero, but he's got a bunch of skulls on. He's surrounded by skulls on pikes. He's like some techno Doctor Strange or something. Heavy metal techno Strange. It's just freaking weird, man. It's just freaking weird. What is this? What is this? This is just freaking stupid. This is so stupid. I don't even know what. I don't know how long I've been talking about this, but I want those minutes of my life back. This is just, it's, the artwork is horrible. It's absolutely, and the story's not good. I'm not reading all of it. I'm just little bits and pieces, but the story is not good. What? I'm over it. Whatever this is, I'm over it. Necrosis, yeah, not impressed. This is freaking terrible. It's god awful. I have no freaking clue. Okay, so finally we get to the last one. Hopefully it's the last one. I don't know. We got Lacrima 29.9. Apparently she's some sort of a vampire character. She's got like vampire looking teeth and everything. I have no idea who she's supposed to be. I don't know if she has a modern day equivalent. I have no freaking clue. She's just a future vampire. Yeah, it was a ribcage. It was probably a ribcage. There was a lot of, it was just, there's skulls. There was a skeleton at some point. It could have been a ribcage. It was just weird. Freaking weird. Terrible art and just weird. I have no idea how it got into him. That is just a really crappy independent comic book artwork. That is not top notch. It's a Marvel title. It's Marvel. Marvel is supposed to have good stuff. That was just terrible. It was freaking terrible. Oh, wait a minute, miss some more. When you hold it up, the green doesn't show. It looks like a demon across. Well, no, yeah, the green screen. Well, the Hulk is green, and he's just, rawr. Then this guy down here, he's purple. Yeah, the green does. Yeah, that's the downside of the green screen, even though it does look pretty cool. It's hard to see what's going on there, but yeah, that's the Hulk. He's just hulking out. This guy's Metal Scream. He's just, it's just freaking weird. I have no idea how it got into a Marvel title. Not a clue. So far, each of these Unlimited 29s have had one of those, hey, can you give my nephew artist a job type of deals, so we got some weird vampire trick. Oh, wait a minute, was there more? I may have missed some more. It looks like, yeah. What the? Is that Nanobot Tech? Might have been. Yeah, he's like a techno metal Doctor Strange. It was, yeah. The last time I showed him music videos. That sounds about right. Someone hooked up TP. Weird lighted object cabinet. Is that a rib? Yeah. So I think I'm caught up there. It's just weird. Like, it was just freaking weird. It's not what you expect from a Marvel title. Subliminally indicates my eyes. The beast is represented originally across. But no, it's just the beast he's just in beast mode. It's just how they drew it, because like on his right hand is on top of the panel for the chick. So they made it look like he's coming up behind these other two stories. And he's like grabbing the story on the right. So he's not like hanging there. He's like rising up behind it, and he's like, argh. So it's, yeah, sometimes you get the right idea. Sometimes you read a little too much into it. I think you're just reading a little too much into that one. Yeah, it's not. He's just rising up behind the other two titles, and just being Hulk, being hulky. Yeah, it's not like that. It's not like that. So yeah, in the world of 29.9, I think the corporations have taken over. Straight up taken over. Like, the government doesn't exist. It's run by mega corporations that they don't abide by any constitution. They don't follow godly principles. It's just, which is, hey, it's kind of what's happening today. Look at the vaccine. These freaking mRNA vaccines that are just doing all kinds of havoc on people. It's pretty much where we're at today, actually. Yeah, so, yeah, I see it that way also. Yeah, so it's just, yeah, it's nothing that's not, yeah. What the hell? What? Like, keep in mind, I'm not reading the majority of it. Sometimes I'll read a little something so at least get an idea. But when you just look at the picture, see, the pictures alone are supposed to tell a story. The words fill in the gaps. The story I'm getting from the pictures is just weird. Like, they're attacking somebody. I don't know why. Okay, I think this is a flashback. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is a flashback. I think this is Lacrima as a human. She gets jumped. She tries to escape. On the bright side, she looks like a woman. They actually drew her like a woman. So there's that. She gets shot in the back. This nun comes out of nowhere. But then she turns into like this vampire demon creature. So this nun transforms into that. So that's not the least bit unsettling. What is this? What is this? So this vampire nun creature takes out these guys, and then she offers to save, quote unquote, save her life by turning her into a vampire. She agrees, gets turned, and becomes a vampire. And she now refers to herself as Lacrima. Lacrima, something like that. I don't know. But I'm just quite crazy about over-the-top ideas and imaginations and be wrong from what is inside imagery-wise. Are we sure? Not that it matters. Not the Melvin seeds being planted by it. Now, yeah, sometimes there's something going on. Sometimes there's not. In this case, that's not. No, with this cover, that's not what's going on. He's just rising up behind the other two stories. He's got his hand on the thing. That in and of itself. However, this I can, yeah, there's that. You get the imagery of a nun turning into like a vampire. That is intentional. If the red kiss as the kind, call it your warm life is over. You must choose a new shadow life name. My mother in darkness was Sister Lucia of the Sisterhood of Tears, an ancient holy order of vampires. What? I'm sorry, what? What? My mother, Sister Lucia of the Sisterhood of Tears, an ancient holy order of vampires. I'm making sure I read that right. A holy... What? As her bloodchild, the dude tortured me. She dutifully tutored in me in the ways of the kind of the alternative... The ways of the kind. Okay. Of the alternative history of the world, when abyssal beings imagined only in myths and nightmares ranked with the noblest heroes and darkest villains. What? 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 What is this? What is this? Holy freaking crap. I just can't with this. Yeah, we definitely disagree on this one. Let's see. So, Jimmy Cricket. So, yeah. Sisterhood of Holy Nun Vampires, which makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. It's, so that, yeah, she's a nun vampire. She still feeds on people. This is, I'm just tired of this, man. I'm just tired of it. So she still feeds on them, but she does it without killing them. But it's just like, I'm just tired of it. I'm so freaking tired of it. Vampires are not good people. They're vampires by their very nature. They're not human. Vampires are not human. They're trying to make it out like these people still have humanity in them, and I'm over it. Like, you had Blade. Blade was an interesting character, whatnot, but then there is just a freaking holy order of vampire nuns. Are you kidding me? It's like, okay, enough is enough. Vampire nuns? What? What? Vampire nuns? It's just, I'm over it. I am over it. Jimmy Cricket. I just can't with this. So here's the thing about vampires. The whole concept of vampires. They're undead creatures. They have no souls. That's the thing. In order for this person to have been turned and still be a good person, they would have to have a soul. That is not what's in oh my gosh. That's why I'm just getting over it. I used to be into stuff like, Blade, the Underworld, because you had your good vampires and your bad vampires. I'm over it at this point. And a holy order of vampire nuns, I mean, that just kind of cinches it for me. I'm pretty well over it. There's just a lot of weird stuff in this whole 29.9 universe. The 29.9 Unlimited, it's got some really just weird artwork. Like, the metal scream was just terrible. It was absolutely awful. How it got into this, I have no idea. It never should have been approved. It's freaking terrible. It's amateurish at best. Right, blah, blah, blah. She look younger down too, same. Yep. It's, I remember I stopped buying 29.9 Unlimited. The whole Hulk 29.9, it just never resonated with me. So I didn't put too much thought into it. It didn't resonate with me. This is why. Now I'm looking at it with 2020 vision. This is why. Because that's not the Hulk. That is the Abomination. The Abomination is a bad guy, a villain. That is an evil looking character. That is not the Hulk. That is not a heroic looking character. Neither is that. I mean, it's literally a vampire. From a holy order of vampire nuns. Like, are you kidding me with this? Vampires are beyond redemption by their very nature. To call them a holy order of vampire nuns implies that they have some chance of redemption, and that's not how vampires work. Like, these people just have no idea. They have no freaking clue. And I'm starting to realize certain things. Like, a house divided, it cannot stand. It's actually a biblical thing. People back in the day, they accused Christ of calling upon Satan to drive out demons. They were gaslighting him. But they accused him of calling upon demons to cast out demons from people that had been possessed. And Christ made this very true statement: house divided cannot stand with house divided cannot stand. Meaning, Satan would never give a human being the power to cast out demons, because that's just stupid. So you got these vampires. It's a vampiric holy order of. It's a holy order of vampiric nuns. That's just the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I have the ability to suspend disbelief. That's why I'm into comic books. That's why I'm a geek at heart. But there comes a point when you can no longer suspend disbelief because it's so freaking stupid. It's just, by the very concept of it is just dumb. And that's what we got here with Lacrima. It's just dumb. I'm just tired of it. I'm just freaking tired of it. Yeah, she will look younger now. That's vampires. They drink the blood of humans and they look younger. And if you think about this whole adrenochrome thing, people get into the satanic blood worship stuff because it makes them look younger. And it supposedly rejuvenates their health. It makes them look young. It maintains their youth. That's what the whole vampire thing. That's the whole thing about vampires. They drink blood and they retain their youthful, visage. Like cream's dead crop. I'm just over it at this point. I'm over it. I'm done mincing words. I'm done playing games. I'm done giving them the benefit of the doubt because there's no more doubt to give. There just isn't. The Hulk, they turn the Hulk into a monster. The first one I went over, not number 4, but number 3. The story is straight out of the modern news headings, but except that this is from 1994, and that's just weird. I mean, that's just weird. It's weird. It's just plain weird. They took Angel, turned him into the demonic-looking Bloodhawk, victim of human trafficking. They took the Hulk, turned him into a freaking demonic-looking monster. This is right before the Great Divergence when these freaks fully took over comic books. This was their dry run. I'm starting to understand that. I'm starting to see that now. Stuff like this, it was their dry run. They were preparing to take over. And I'm over it. I'm over it. Oh my goodness. Cheers. Okay, we're getting there. I had my unexpected 45-minute rant at the start. I was not planning on going for that long, but there you have it. And then, yeah, these two. They were big ones. It's actually 3 comic books into one. So it took a minute. So how's your Monday going? Hopefully better than Afghanistan. It's like, names all mean stuff that is so silly. We not believe in for the longest time. For the most part, we don't. It's silly. Because normal people, such as myself, we pick up stuff like this. We think we think it's going to be fun. It's going to be innocent, entertaining. We don't think that they're going to slip in some hidden subliminal stuff like that. That's not how normal people think. That's why they have to do this under the radar until they get to the point where they can force it on you, force you to ingest it, which is what they're trying to do right now. But it's not all bad. You got to understand something, Remy. It's not all bad. They're not all of these people are fucking evil. There's a lot of good people in the world of comic books, and they've been pushed out. I think that's what you're not understanding. It wasn't all designed to be evil. You have this habit of taking things to the max like that, and it's not how it is. But in this case, there's just a lot of... They really twisted the whole the Marvel universe in the 2099 titles. They just completely twisted it. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump on to the next one here. Let's go ahead and bring this up. Boom. Okay, so we've gotten through 2099 Unlimited, number 3, number 4. That's all I have of them, I think. I don't think I have any more of those. Come on, what are you doing? There we go. Boom. So now we're going to talk about Robotech number 4. Now, this particular Robotech is from Antarctic Press. Now, Robotech goes back a ways. It goes back a long ways. I've been a fan of Robotech for a long time. The original series is a great series. A lot of fun. Yeah, the robot, instead of walking tanks, you basically have flying tanks that transform into jets and stuff. It's really cool stuff. It's really cool stuff from a geek standpoint. And yeah, the original stuff was a lot of fun. Now this though, I'm not sure. This is from September of 1997. This is after the Great Divergence. However, this is also an independent comic book title company. So I don't know what to expect, but I'm doing this one first because the other Robotech I have, I think is more in line with the original stuff. At least that's my hope. I don't know. We'll find out here in a second. We could document the time period. That's exactly what I'm doing here, Remy. I'm documenting this stuff. It's exactly that's pop culture archaeology. That's what it's all about, is documenting this stuff and uncovering the bigger picture. And yes, I understand that the industry got taken over. That's exactly what I've been saying this entire time. The Great Divergence, these people took over. That's literally what I've been saying. So, let's see here. The hope is that their time for their end is now. Yes, that is the hope. But only time is going to tell, and there's not much time left. Afghanistan. I mean, that's we've crossed the Rubicon. What happened in Afghanistan? That was the United States of America crossing the Rubicon. It's about to go down. Whatever is going down, it's about to go down. We have crossed the Rubicon. Okay, so yes, Robotech number 4, Antarctic Press, and I'm not hopeful about this one. This character on the cover, it's female, really feminist haircut. She just looks weird. She just looks off. She looks off. She doesn't look Robotech. She looks something else. So I'm not terribly hopeful about this one. And then you open up and you got this, which is just, once again, it just doesn't. Robotech Masters, Rolling Thunder. But then the look, I mean, the picture of that's that chick. If I'm going to hell, I ain't going alone. Like, okay. If it wasn't for this crazy-eyed chick on the panel, it would be more impactful. But this is just like, I mean, that's just not. It doesn't instill me with confidence. Dwarves in it. Okay. Because I'm over these like female femi warrior characters that they're just ridiculous. I'm over it. So, okay, we're starting off here. Looks like, we got Robotech mechs and everything. Looks like they're preparing for battle or something. There's a battle. Lots of bing, bang, boom going on. I'm not gonna sit here and read the whole thing. I'm not sure. I don't even remember reading it. Maybe it's been so long. Oh wait a minute, what's the year on this? Oh yeah, 1997. That's right, it's on the cover. 1997. So 1997. This is roughly 2 years after the Great Divergence, except that it's not Marvel or DC. But at the same time, I mean, that's just not making me very hopeful. Yeah, ambiguous gender is exactly what it is, and that's what they try to do. It's really annoying. It's really annoying. So there's a battle going on. I don't know who the battle's between. They attack the sites of survivors at random. The war has ended. Earth has survived the siege of the Robotech Masters. So this does take place after the Robotech series, but we fight on. The remaining armors of the Robotech Masters reach senseless. Okay, so the remaining armors of the Robotech Masters, the Masters have been defeated, but the armies, the remnants of their armies remain, and they're causing problems. So that's what's going on here. Okay. And honestly, the artwork is a little cartoony for Robotech. It's not what I expect for Robotech. Like, sometimes I'm getting the Robotech vibe. Some of it is just like I don't know. I mean, this is 1997. It's not from the original series and everything. It's, I don't know. I mean, everything is just such a mess. It's so hard to really gauge it at this point. But that female pilot just doesn't. It puts me on a bad vibe. So it's kind of hard to give it the benefit of the doubt. They definitely went cartoony with it. And I'm not really vibing. I'm not feeling it. I'm just not feeling it. I don't know if you can really tell. I mean, you can tell they're mechs and stuff, you know, the giant robots, but it's cartoony. And it's just, I don't know. When I think Robotech, I don't think cartoony. And maybe when we get into the next issue of Robotech that I got here, you'll understand a little bit better than I can explain it. I'm just not feeling it. So they're fighting remnants of the enemy army and stuff. You know, without reading it, I can't really get into the story without reading it and everything. So, but yeah, there's, you know, boom, boom, lots of stuff going on, explosions, lots of battles. Rah, rah, hoorah, charge. And oh, she literally says charge. Gotcha. Okay. Oh, Jiminy Cricket. Yeah, so it's just they're fighting. They're just fighting, holding a position, holding a town or a city or something like that. Yeah, without reading it, it's kind of hard to. Yeah. I'm not getting the Robotech vibe. Like you get the Robotech mechs and stuff like that, but it's just like, it's just not resonating. Looking at the artwork, it's just not resonating. And some of these characters are just off looking. They don't look like Robotech characters, a lot of them. Like this dude right here, he looks like something out of Shakespeare. Like, it's cartoony. It's not. It's just too cartoony for me. I can't take it seriously. Robotech is not meant to be cute and fluffy. That's not Robotech. This guy almost looks. He's the closest one to what I would expect from a Robotech. The rest of them are just odd. They're just freaking odd. And her, I'm not impressed with her. Credit card charges were through the roof. 96, 98. Really? I had like too many from every. It's easy to get credit. Charge me. Yeah, no. But that's an interesting point, though, because, like I said, 95, 96, there was the great divergence in comic books, and I do believe it was catalyzed by real-world events. So the fact that there was, like, some sort of credit card charge phase in 96 and 98, the timing is very odd. I mean, the timing is incredible on that. That went down right after the Great Divergence took hold in comic books. I mean, that's just weird. Let me make note of that one, actually. Now, one of these days, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to do like just a little more background research. Try to find connections with real world events and everything as far as the timeline goes, stuff like that. I really do believe that's. If I can get like actual hard data to support it, that just helps with the pop culture archaeology in general. It's just that timing is weird. No, I'm glad you mentioned that because the timing on that is just weird. I was able to start my life over. Yeah. No, I mean, there have been times where I've had to depend on credit cards. I hate credit cards. I hate freaking using them. I hate them. But there have been times when I've been in rough situations and I had to do the same thing. It's a very sucky situation to be in. It's a crappy decision to have to make. To have to depend on credit cards like that to get through a tough spot. It's because then you have to debt and you got to pay it off, or it ends up hitting your credit and stuff like that. It just makes life difficult all over again. It just sucks. It just sucks having to do that. Medicine debt, colleges, yeah. Oh, don't get me started in college student debt. I've got my bachelor's of science in biology. Not an easy degree to get, at least it shouldn't be. I still got a ton of student loan debt and no way to pay it off because I had to leave the medical field. I mean, look what's going on with COVID. That should hopefully tell you all you need to know about why I left the medical field. It's just, I'm in this insane amount of debt because of it that I can't pay off. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. Credit cards aren't the answer, that's for sure. But it's just, yeah. It's basically just not, yeah, this artwork, it's not doing it for me. It doesn't scream Robotech. This is an independent third-party type. This is an independent comic book company. I'm not sure how they got the rights to Robotech. I mean, the art itself is not terrible. It's just not Robotech. Like, the artwork itself it's not like bad artwork. It just doesn't resonate with the Robotech universe. Like, yeah, so then you got this guy. Yeah, this guy looks like he could fit in with Robotech. But then, yeah, you got the mechs going to battle, and it's just not. It's not as impressive as it should be. It's hard to explain it. It's kind of hard to explain it. It doesn't resonate Robotech. And then some of those characters are they're goofy. Grandma to move cash only. If you don't have the cash, you can afford it. Yeah. It's just living within your means. But life happens. Bad stuff happens. And sometimes you get in a rough spot. And there's not always an easy answer to get out of it. As far as the story goes, I got no idea. I'm not reading this word for word and whatnot. And honestly, just looking at the artwork, I'm not really inspired to actually sit down and read it. I'm just... because it just doesn't resonate. It doesn't resonate. And then if you look at the backgrounds, I mean, this one's a good example right here. You got the mechs. One of them's like upside down on his head for some reason. I don't know why. But look at the background. Look at the background. There's nothing there. It's a colored panel, and that's it, with a color gradient. There's no city skyline. I mean, there's nothing. It's lazy. I'm just not feeling it. Honestly, it's pretty much what I expected. I wasn't expecting to be blown away by it. And oh, that's right. The Robotech Masters were like giants. That's right. And the humans had the robots to basically even the. Now this. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I'm not invested in the story. I'm just not invested in it. From what I've seen of it, read of it, and the artwork, I'm just not invested in it. Like, it just, yeah, this is the final pages and everything. And they're all like, we got to go find what's her face, but I'm just not invested in it. It's like, I'm not drawn into this. I mean, look at this. Look at this. So you get the final splash page. I mean, it's nothing. There's literally nothing there. You've got the ground. Now that is not the city. Like right there, that's a single building blown to rubble. A single building. It's a really lame smoke effect and a spaceship. It's nothing. There's nothing there. It doesn't make me want to buy another one. Just looking, with the artwork alone. It's boring. But then you get this, and you know what? This is literally Robotech right here. It's in this. It's at the end of this. I don't know why it's there. That's Robotech. That's what I expect from Robotech. That is Robotech. Where did it go? Why wasn't the rest of the comic book written like that? And I don't even know what this is. It's some sort of Robotech Tiger Cat Part 4 Prototype 001. So apparently this is like one of those little mini stories that they do sometimes in the back. Story and art by Ted Nomura. Hold on here. Let me see who did the coloring by... No. Story and art by Fred Perry. So Fred Perry did the main story, and then Ted Nomura did this little extra thing in the back. This looks like Robotech. Why is this not the main story? And look at this. I mean, that's straight out of Robotech. But this is written at the time that this was created, or drawn at the time that this was created. So they prove with this that they can do Robotech. They've proven that they could do it. So why didn't they? I'm just confused. See, this would make me want to pick up another issue. That right there, that makes me want to pick up another issue. The other stuff, the main story, look at this. I mean, look at this. It's beautiful compared to the other stuff. That looks like Robotech. That is Robotech. I mean, that's like the real deal Robotech. That makes me want to read it. That makes me want to pick up another issue. The real story, the main story, no. I don't want anything to do with it. And then, yeah. Now, keep in mind, the backgrounds are still just empty. I mean, there's like nothing going on in the backgrounds. It's just color gradients. But with that caveat, I mean, the rest of it does look like Robotech. And I would actually be interested in reading it to see if the story lives up to. Yeah, this is just weird. It's just, as expected, it's a disappointment. Let's see, the cover looks like some kind of ruins in the background in ancient world. No, it's just trees. It's just like trees and lights. Yeah, the cover is just trees and lights. That's the thing. It's a forest. Yeah, trees and lights and color gradients. There's nothing there. That's the point. It's all just trees. And yeah, that's not a pyramid. That's just a ray of light coming down. It's just bland and boring. The main artwork is cartoony. And there's the back. That's the back of the cover. So there's actually something going on there. The background though is still just, there's nothing there. Lazy. The background is lazy. They put all the effort into the foreground and that was it. They were like, okay, I'm done. And that is just not, I mean, that does not scream Robotech to me. It's just boring. Let's see. like maybe ancient technology in there somewhere. Well, Robotech, I'm assuming you don't know much about Robotech. It's not ancient technology, it's advanced alien technology. The superdimensional fortress crashed to Earth and proved to humanity that aliens do exist and everything. So it pretty much brought the planet together. And so they recovered the alien spaceship. It was a massive, massive ship, superdimensional fortress. Humanity, they formed this organization, and I forget the name of it. It's been a while since I picked up Robotech and stuff, which I would actually like to do it again, get back into it, some at least. But they created this organization to explore the supernatural forces, to basically reverse engineer the alien technology and repair it and make it their own. Basically, that is the concept behind Robotech, the origins at least. And it's not ancient technology, it's advanced alien technology from outer space. I mean, it was a really cool universe that they created for it and everything. Yeah, I was really into it back in the day. This is, I'm sorry, to me, this is not Robotech. I don't know what this is. It's something else. And they slapped the Robotech name on it. It's just, it was just boring. Let's just looking at it as boring. Except for this thing in the back. Like, why? Why is this not the main thing? That's what I don't understand. That's what I'm not understanding. So I got no idea. So yeah, Robotech number 4, September 1997, from Antarctic Press, independent comic book company. I'm honestly not sure how they got a hold of the Robotech rights with that kind of story and artwork. I honestly have no idea, because it's honestly not very good. It's really just not very good. For Robotech, if it was a different type of, if it was a different universe, if it was like a whole original comic book title or something like that, it would work for different types of stuff. It doesn't work for Robotech as far as I'm concerned. I cannot wait for you to see those videos. Yeah, I'm interested in that too. It's like anytime of like ancient stuff that gets dug up and whatnot. I love archaeology. I almost became an archaeologist. When I first went back to school, I went back for general AA because I didn't know what I was going to do. I took an anthropology class and everything. Aced it pretty easy. I've always been interested in history and archaeology. So I've always been interested. That's why I love Indiana Jones movies. They're just a lot of fun. So I seriously contemplated going into archaeology. I was actually really close to doing it. I almost became an Indiana Jones. So yeah, stuff like that I'm very interested in. And especially if it doesn't include like biology. You said something about microbiology? I'm very intrigued by that. So yeah, I'll definitely be checking that out as soon as I get a chance. Let's see. Okay, so this is from Eternity Comic Books, another independent comic book company. Issue number 1, Robotech Genesis, The Legend of Zor. This looks like Robotech. And we're talking like 1970s style artwork. That looks like Robotech. The flowers, I don't know, it's a little bit on the foofy side, but I will reserve judgment until we open it up. It looks like Robotech. That's the key thing. That's the key thing. Oh, Mother Murgatroyd. Hope springs eternal, but it is often unrealized. Come on with this. How do these companies get a hold of this property? I'm very confused as to how these companies manage to secure the rights to something like Robotech, because it deserves better. Let me put it to you that way. Okay, let's dive into it. Let's see what we got going on here. Yeah. So this is from March of 1992. This is before the Great Divergence. Now, these are independent comic book companies, so it's way more difficult to really connect them with modern events. Like this thing over here was in 1997, but it's an independent comic book company, so it's not, I mean, there's definitely some of it going on. The woke stuff, you got that character is just like, I don't even know. I don't like the character. Let's go ahead and get this switch over. Boom, like that. Okay, let's go ahead and add this other one to the pile here. Yes, Robotech Genesis, number 2, 1990, was it 2? March of 1992, but it is an independent comic book company. Oh, Lord. There's a reason why a lot of these companies just don't make it. You're about to find out why. The opening page is, it's not terrible. That's not terrible. Yeah, you get the outer space vibe and everything. It's not bad. The opening page isn't bad, at least. I actually kind of want to read it to see what's going on, but I can't. So we have Chapter 1, The Thirsting. Takes place on an alien planet. This is not on Earth. Robotech Genesis. The Legend of Zor. So I'm wondering, maybe it has something to do with the Robotech Masters, possibly. This might be like an origin story for them. Because the humans have the Robomechs, and they're very big, but the enemies, their suits is actually more like a suit of armor, because their actual biological size is the actual size of the robot. So like humans are this big, and then the Robotech Masters are like from here, like they're this big. That's the actual alien race. So that's one of the that was one of the key things about the story and everything. It was actually a pretty cool aspect of it. So I'm wondering, it says Robotech Genesis Legend. I'm wondering if this is supposed to be like an origin of the alien race or something. That might be what it is. Honestly though, the artwork is not too crazy inspiring. It's not terrible. It's just like, it's kind of boring is all. It's just boring. Let me show you. Yeah, so they're running out of resources and whatnot, and that's why they take out across the galaxy to dominate, secure resources and whatnot. It's some sort of government thing. It just seems lazy. There's not a lot of like detail. It's very, very minimal artwork. Now, what artwork there is that actually exists? It does have a Robotech feel to it. That does, what little artwork is there, it does give a Robotech vibe, which I'm cool with. But it's just so minimal. So I don't know. I would have to sit down and read it and see if the story would really draw me in enough. I'm not sure. Wait a minute, hold on. So we're talking about trade debt and stuff like that. What? What? Oh, wait a minute. So they're talking about some planet where they could mine something off of it, something valuable. And then they got this diagram. Might be hard to see with the green screen, but it shows like as the atmospheric pressure increases, their bodies get shorter and shorter until they're just squashed flat, which is actually pretty amusing. That's actually funny right there. So I give them credit for that. That's just a funny little graphic that they threw. So this might not be terrible. I would have to sit down and read it to get a full feel for it. The artwork it's minimal, just like the last one was. which is a little, and it's two different comic book companies, so it's a little odd. But yeah, the artwork is minimal, but the artwork in this one is at least got that Robotech vibe. So I would actually be willing to sit down and read it, see how the story goes, see if it's good. It might actually be worth reading. I don't know. Hope springs eternal. Gotta keep that spark of hope alive. This is why I saved this one for last, because I knew this one was just gonna be. It was gonna be a mess. So this was the best hope out of these four to get something fun out of it. So it's like, I'd say there's enough there to make it a success in that regard. So, Jiminy Cricket. So yeah, this is the origin of the Robotech master race. Before they took off across the galaxy, before the super dimensional fortress landed on Earth, they were running out of resources, so they were looking to find a way to strengthen themselves as a planet, as a race, or something like that. Without reading every single bit of it, I don't have all the details. But like I said, at least it looks like, at least it has that Robotech vibe to it. So this is the Zor character. Yeah, so the subtitle of this is The Legend of Zor. Apparently he's a scientist of types. And yeah, so he's rambling on about something, a cell or something. I don't know. It's in the machine there. He turns it on. And it starts going a little haywire. Clickety clack, clickety clunk, clunk, clunk. Kaboom! It blows up. As you expect. So it seems like he's a little bit of a mad scientist or something. What the Nutty Professor, something like that, you know. It's like wait a minute, hold on. Wait. Hold on. Okay, so when it comes to Robotech, the Macross Saga, stuff like that, there was something about some sort of organic thing. I don't know if it was like a space flower or whatever, some sort of alien plant thing. It was the source of something, power or something like that. This might be it. Because it's, this little experiment he's got going on has something to do with the plant, and it generated enough power to explode. I think that's got something to do, the genesis of where they get the energy source to create their RoboMech technology. I'm thinking that's what it's got to do with. So this might actually be interesting to read, even though the artwork is on the basic side, like minimalist side. At least the artwork that's there it has a Robotech vibe, and the story might actually be interesting enough to read it all the way through. So this is it could potentially be a good example of where just because something has amazing graphics, amazing artwork, doesn't mean it's going to be a good story. Doesn't mean it's going to be worth spending the money on. But in this case, the artwork might not be, Alex Ross level detail, but at least it looks like Robotech. And as long as the story is interesting, it's enough. I might actually sit down and read this through. I might actually do that. And then he's got the love interest. Okay, so yeah, he's got the love interest. His girlfriend, or I'm assuming his girlfriend. They're like, yeah, so he's leaving the planet. He's going on some sort of scientific mission. So they're saying goodbye. And yeah, some sort of suspended hibernation. And I mean, at least it looks like Robotech. So it wasn't bad. I mean, from what I could tell, it wasn't bad. I would actually sit down and read this. And I might actually do it because it's been a long time since I did anything Robotech. And it would be cool. It would be really cool to get back into it. I actually thought about it a few weeks ago. I was like, wait a minute, Robotech. I haven't thought about that in ages. It's like, I would actually like to. I would like to get back into it. Get maybe the old cartoons or something, whatever I can find. Who knows what's out there right now? It would be nice though, like the real stuff, the original stuff. And I mean that's pretty much the end of that one. Not bad though, not bad. Out of these four, at least out of these four, this one's definitely the best one. It's like Robotech Genesis, The Legend of Zor from Eternity Comics. What was this, 1992, I think? So this is 1992. It is printed in Canada. Interesting, okay. Well, wait a minute, printed in Canada. By Eternity Comics, a division of Malibu Graphics Publishing Company. I was thinking Malibu Comics, but maybe not. Harmony Gold. Robotech is a trademark owned and licensed by Harmony Gold. Okay. Huh. Interesting. Well, okay. I don't know. It's got free Robotech trading cards inside. And guess what? They're still there. I never took them out. Yeah, we got the Invid Scout and the Invid Shock Trooper. Yeah, the Invid, that was the name of them. And yeah. So Robotech Genesis, it's the start of how it all just went down, you know, how they started with their developing the technology and stuff like that ended up in the original Robotech stuff. Yeah, I like it. I mean, it's like I said, the artwork is not groundbreaking. It's not like whiz bang in your face. It's minimalist, but it is Robotech, and the story might not be bad. I'm glad it turned out as good as it did, because I needed to go out on a high note, or high enough note at least. Yeah, I think I might go ahead and sit down and read this one, because I've been, for some reason, just Robotech has kind of been on my mind a little bit lately, and it would be nice to touch roots with it again, if you know what I'm saying. This is about the only thing I've got available at the moment, so I might just do that. Cool. Not the first one. The first one was just boring. Like I just wasn't feeling it. But this one, yeah, this one's it's at least got the vibe. Definitely got the vibe. So, cheers. Yeah. Interesting. So it's been quite the day, let me tell you. Quite the Monday. Hope you're having a good Monday. All things considered. The world has lost its mind, no doubt about that. Yeah, I went a little bit. Jiminy Cricket. And I was thinking, Genesis. Well, yeah, Genesis. It means the beginning. It's not just. Don't read too much into it, Remy. Don't read too much into it. We are at the beginning. Cheers. Okay, gotcha. I see where you're going with that. Okay. I mean, you have the potential to go either way with it, one way or the other. So, okay. Just making sure. Oh, Jimmy Cricket. Oh, I will. Yeah, no doubt. So, yeah. Robotech Genesis. That was definitely the best one out of that group. The world has lost its freaking mind. I was not planning on doing anything crazy for the start, for the first segment. But then Afghanistan happened over the last couple of days. And it's like, son of a bitch. Damn it, Biden. Why? I tried to start this one off more positive and everything, and just Afghanistan happened. So I'm a little irritated about that. Dude. No doubt we have crossed the Rubicon. We've crossed the Rubicon. Something has to happen. It has to. What that's going to be, I have no idea. Not a clue. But at this point, there's no dick around, there's no hemming and hawing. It's one way or the other. Either nothing's going to happen and these people are just going to just go full tilt at this point, or something is going to happen and they're going to get stopped. I mean, because there's no middle ground left. They've eaten up all the middle ground. There's nothing left. We're there. We've crossed the Rubicon. We're in it. They handed almost $1 billion in assets to our enemies, treason, and these people want to kill us. They want to murder us. They want to, and they CNN freaking. Some female reporter from CNN, she went over there. She was interviewing the freaking Taliban in Kabul, in Afghanistan, interviewing them. And while they're chanting death to America, she's like, they seem friendly enough. I can't make this stuff up. Friendly people do not chant death to them. They don't chant root for your death. That is not friendship. That is not friendly. That is a threat. I can't make this stuff up. I don't understand the bizarre world we are living in. It doesn't make any sense. There's no logic to it. It's just freaking insanity at this point. CNN has proven to be just dumber than a rock. But this is just like a whole new level of stupid. I just didn't know it was possible. Honestly, didn't. So much stuff is just like, it happens. It's like, wait a minute, what? But it's like, at the heart of it, it's not that surprising because these people are just nuts. But this is just like, they're literally chanting death to America in the background. She's like, they're friendly enough. Did I just hear that? Am I having a stroke as I watch this? What is happening? It just doesn't make any sense. We've crossed the Rubicon. One way or the other. It's on. One way or the other. I can't begin to tell you which way it's going to go because I ain't got the foggiest. It's just, there's something's going down. Whatever it is, I ain't got a clue. Something's going down. I just can't tell you what, how, which way. But we've crossed the Rubicon. And that's how this stream started. CNN is down on my radar. I don't watch CNN either. Somebody posted on Twitter. There are some brave souls out there that will watch CNN to clip this stuff. And I salute them. Because I couldn't do it. There's no way I could do it. I would lose what's left of my freaking sanity at this point. Somebody did it on Twitter. They posted it. I watched it. It was like, what the? Just thinking about it is giving me a stroke. I like to entertain biblical promises, and there are many, so is hope eternal. No, yeah, hope springs eternal. You got to keep the spark of hope alive. But it doesn't change the reality of the situation we're in. Hope springs eternal. But it doesn't change the fact that we have a traitor in the White House, and he's surrounded by traitors themselves. And that needs to be handled. In a good old-fashioned way regarding the Tree of Liberty. bare minimum. Yeah, so yeah, the brave souls that venture into CNN territory, risking their sanity. It's like, we salute you. It's like, I just can't with this. John Stroke instead took. I gotcha. No, I'm not. I don't. I'm not one of those. But I got your meaning. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So that's how the stream started. I can't. No, I gotcha. That made sense the first time. It's like, is there a way to I gotta look into that. Custom emojis. Wait a minute, there are custom emojis. Hold on. But can I create I need to look into the emoji thing. There is a custom emoji thing, but I don't know if they're just custom for YouTube or if there's custom where you can upload your own custom. I know you can do it for Discord. I gotta check this out. I gotta look into that. But yeah, we'll be fine. I'll be fine. It's people are awake. The people are awake. There are good signs. People are awake. Like France of all places. France is a candy ass country. I'm sorry, not sorry, but the people they're revolting. It's not the French Revolution. They're not beheading everybody left and right, but they're out. They've been doing these protests where they will gather in public spaces, and they will have, because they're not allowed to like go out to eat and stuff like that without a mask and whatever. Something to do. I think they got vaccine passports. They actually have them there, but they're going out there. Like one place was actually might have been Italy. They were burning their vaccine passports. They got together as a group and they had this little fire going, and they were just like they were burning their passports. And I think it was France. They were gathering in public spaces, big open grassy spaces, and they were eating, drinking, just sharing, breaking bread together, enjoying themselves, enjoying life. So there are good signs out there. But that doesn't mean it's not going to get ugly. It doesn't mean that stuff's not going to happen. So that part of it I can't predict. I don't have that information. I don't have nearly enough information to even hypothesize. I can't. That's how just off the grid we are with reality itself at this point. But it's going down. Make no mistake. We crossed the Rubicon. It's going down one way or the other. I hope you guys are prepared. I hope you got resources to whatever's coming to get through it. Because even if it goes the good, the best possible way, it's still going to get rough. Our inflation's out of control. It's been out of control for a while. At the very least, there's going to be a correction, and it's going to be a rough one. It's going to be painful. Hopefully, it's going to be short. That is the hope. It's gonna, one way or the other, it's gonna get rough. Hopefully it's a shorter period of time that ends well, ends in the best possible way. That is the hope, the brightest of hopes. But one way or the other, I hope you're prepared, because we have crossed the Rubicon. Oh, Jiminy Cricket. Okay. If it wasn't for that initial rant, the stream would not have gone for so long. I was actually trying to keep it on the short side, but it was just, I got so fired up. Freaking Afghanistan, man. Ex-military, I'm ex-military, two branches, not one, but two. Survived 3 years on the streets for this shit. Humble heart and few resources have been fasting as much as possible. Fasting is good. I got to learn how to do that. I've tried a little bit in the past. It does make a difference. I got to get better at it. I don't know. My mind's just a whirlwind right now. This thing with Afghanistan is just, like I said, been waiting for it. Just been waiting for it. Something to happen. And that was it. Afghanistan, that was it. We've crossed the Rubicon, and it's just, mine's a freaking rolling right now. Except for my coffee. I hope you got cans and cans and cans of coffee stocked up somewhere. because my store, certain parts of the coffee sections have been like missing in action. There have been some food supply issues in my area. Very concerning to say the least. There shouldn't be any under normal circumstances. Stuff's been certain shelves have just been bone dry bare. You're an Air Force brat. Yeah, I think I remember that. I think you mentioned that before. My pops. Yeah, salute to your pops there for his service. So salute unofficial to you and all of you. I appreciate that. Thank you. And they're making it impossible to be a soldier. They're the military. They're making it impossible to serve. They're making it impossible to serve. And we got to pray for the people currently serving, because it's a nightmare at this point. Lots of stuff to not be placed on the shelves of the store. Exactly. So it's happening to you in California, because it's happening. There have been some other places that I know of, other states, locations where it's happening. It's very concerning. Very concerning. I don't know. We crossed the Rubicon, though. I feel for all of you. Well, I appreciate that. I feel for this country. I feel for our country. It's we're all about to go through some rough. Like it's been rough. We're about to go through some rough. If people think it's been bad now up till now, they don't understand how bad it can actually get. In a strong way, I'll pray. Amen to that. Oh yes, it's major here. People are still not. Are you really? I mean, it's not like it's bad enough here, but it's not like we're running out of food. Not exactly. Like the deli keeps running out of meat. The deli keeps running out of lunch meat for sandwiches. But then there's still the dinner stuff at least. So there's that. And then it's getting bad enough. It's major there. People are making, like I posted on my personal Facebook, people are making jokes about it. It's like, yo, this is not a joking matter. Take your jokes somewhere else. I've literally had to say that to people. I actually unfriended a couple people because they didn't want to take, they just thought I was making shit up or something. I don't know. I've no more tolerance for these people. I got no more tolerance for them. So I had to unfriend a couple of them. And others I've been like, hey, take your jokes, get them out of here. This is not a joking matter. People don't want to take things seriously. They don't want to admit it. I'm freaking tired. It's like, this is, our forefathers did not crack jokes about the British. No, they wrote essays. They wrote papers. They were very serious about the revolution. They were serious. They weren't smart asses. Plus, the skies are red and smoky, surrounded by fire, literally a ring of fire. Boom, boom, a ring of fire. Gotta love Johnny Cash. Lots of restaurants have small menus since COVID. That's not surprising. Beef, especially, and we're in the AG center of the state. I know somebody does food delivery out in California, and yeah, he's definitely been having some problems with deliveries. This is supposed to be a pop culture channel, but real life is just like invading in spades. Scares how people can't get meds. They're already having trouble getting meds. People are having trouble getting insulin and stuff like that. It's only going to get worse. Yeah, when it comes to meds, like legitimate meds, not this pharmaceutical bullshit. Legitimate meds like insulin. Meds, food. Meds and food. People are not prepared. They made fun of preppers for years. They made fun. And they're not going to be making fun much longer. I hate to say it. But that's where we're at. People are still going to be cracking jokes. I like to crack jokes. I like to have a good time. That's what this channel is supposed to be about. It's just like, I can't get away from it. I can't get away from it. Just can't. This thing with Afghanistan, it's too big not to talk about. Even with that pop culture commentary channel, it's too big not to talk about. Especially when comic books here have been so thoroughly influenced and taken over by real world entities, agendas. I mean, it's impossible not to talk about it. Scares and water. We're in a drought like I've never seen in my lifetime. The lakes are drained. The lakes are drained? That doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good, Remy. I hope you have a setup to where you can collect rainwater, maybe. However, if you read the word, there are messages. We will be kept during this time. Yeah. Let me tell you. I've been kept for the last year. I've been kept. Not just the last year and a half. The last several years. God's been keeping me. He's been watching over me. If he wasn't, I'd be dead right now. Humble and faithful, amen to that. I've been kept. I'm being kept right now, and I've been kept for quite some time. It's only because of God Almighty. I'm sitting here doing this. I'm not joking. I am not joking. Search California drop picks. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll do that later. Oh, Jiminy Cricket. It's I believe you. It's just you don't hear about it because they don't talk about it. It's just like when somebody brings up something new like that, it's like, wow, it's shocking, but it's not surprising. It's amen. I just don't even. And it's not just America. These people, it's a cabal. They got their buddies in these other countries. Canada, UK, Germany, France, you name it. It's a cabal. They're all working together. They all got their fingers in the same sick pies. And they're all pulling the strings. The mind shall be kept. Yeah, that's... Do not underestimate the spiritual or the psychological side of things. It's just as important as the physical. In some cases, more so. It's so terrible. There's no doubt that it's not on mainstream. And yeah, like I knew the whole human traffic thing was getting bad. The pedophile thing was getting bad. But I'm learning recently it's even worse than I ever wanted to imagine. I talked about it a little bit at the start of this stream. I don't want to talk about it again because it's just like I don't know if I can take it again so soon. Talking about it like that. Local governments are restricting water farming animals. That doesn't surprise me. Are they trying to prevent you from collecting rainwater? I'm guessing they are. That's been a thing for a while, and this is why. They don't want people collecting rainwater, so when they drain the lakes, you're literally fucked. These people, their long-term goal is to reduce the human population to 500 million. That is their long-term goal, and they openly stated that. This is not a conspiracy. I'm not making this up. They have printed it in their UN documents, their UN documents. They put it out there for the world to see. They are not hiding it. They want to reduce the human population to 500 million. And how do you do that? You do that by butchering and murdering billions of people. Starving them to death. Poisoning them under the guise of medical help. Such as mRNA vaccines. The average person does not understand how catastrophically dangerous mRNA can be. When you have people with that kind of power and resources, that kind of drive to butcher and murder billions of people. People are on the streets protest against the jab. Healthcare workers get fired. One of the reasons why I was driven out of the medical field, it wasn't the sole reason. It was one. There was several reasons. One of the reasons I got driven out of the medical field, I refused to take the flu vaccine. They were trying to force the flu vaccine on people. If you didn't take the vaccine, you had to get a religious exemption, which I got. I qualified for the religious exemption. It didn't matter if I got it or not. I wasn't going to take the jab, period. And this is just for the flu vaccine. Keep this in mind. But they tried to force me to wear a mask. Anybody that did not take the flu vaccine, they were trying to force them to wear masks. They've been preparing for the COVID thing for a very long time. I refused to take the flu vaccine. That's one of the reasons why they drove me out. So yeah, I believe 100%. They're doing it to the military. They're trying to force the military to take the vaccine. They're trying to take, like, just not even the medical field, normal industries that have nothing to do with the medical field. They're trying to force people to take the vaccine. They've been testing this in the medical field with the flu vaccine. They've been testing this with their long-term goals. The medical field has been the petri dish, their research lab, forcing people to take the flu vaccine. If they don't take the flu vaccine, they have to wear a mask. They've been doing that for years, many, many years. That was the dry run. That was the test to see if they could get away with it. And now this whole COVID thing was their opportunity to take it global. Opening schools free of masks. Mom, they're in the streets. Radio chorus, they're on it. Yep. There is no rain. Engineering drought. Red, white blueprint. Your pop's got a letter. For what? Yeah, people are protesting and stuff like that. So people they're not happy with it, and they're not. That's what I'm saying. There are good signs. There are good signs. I'm not sure the world has gone through something like this, at least not in modern history. So I honestly have no idea. Plus, God's got his hand in this. We don't know what he's going to do. There's no way to predict this. There is no way to predict this unless the Holy Spirit is telling you, hey, this is what's going to happen. Which that's not going to happen to too many people. Dude, all I had to know was Bill Gates' name was tied. Yeah, right? He's a freaking computer programmer. He is not a medical scientist, for starters. That's just for starters. This dude has no business being in this business. But yeah, he's just freaking wonky. Hell no, yeah. Telling him to come in and vaccinate from the VA. Really? Is he active? He's not active, right? He's retired, right? It's like, no, I did my time. Fuck you. Yeah, my VA doc, she did bring up not the COVID. She did bring up flu vaccine. Well, maybe was it COVID? I don't know. She brought up vaccines, and I was like, thanks, but no thanks. And then she dropped it. So they're not trying to force it on me, at least. Computer program exactly how? Yeah. And the Windows sucks. Windows is a terrible program nowadays. It's freaking horrible. If there was an alternative, I would already have jumped over to it. But yeah, it's just the world has lost its mind. It's just lost its mind, like, so bad. If the truth comes out, people are not going to believe it. They're not going to believe how bad it really is. Like, I know how bad it is. But there's still stuff that's coming out that's just like even worse than it's worse than I imagined, because I don't want to imagine. I don't want to imagine these things. I don't. But my mind is open to the fact that it is a possibility. These things that this stuff is happening. So when somebody presents evidence of something new, as shocking as it is, I believe it. Because I've seen too much. I've heard too much. My eyes and ears are open. It's not what this channel is about, but it needs to be talked about. Metropolis has been coming up on YouTube in a big way, really. I should talk about that one. It was a surprisingly good movie. It really was. And there's some stuff in there I blew me away because I was not expecting it. The clone robot thing, that took me by surprise. That's like, I do need to talk about that soon. There's so much too much, so it's important to pace themselves and confirm or compounds with scripture. Yeah. Yeah, I've been reading the Bible. A lot, quite a bit. There's a lot of good stuff in there. A lot of surprising stuff. Well, okay. I think it's just getting about that time here. Hold on 1 second. So it's been a crazy Monday to say the least. Nobody expects treason. Nobody expects it, especially not in that magnitude. Afghanistan, cabal, Taliban, 20 years flushed down the toilet, almost $1 billion in assets, including military weaponry, handed over to our enemies on a silver platter. You don't expect that. You really don't. But then you wake up one day and it's already happened. That is the bread of life, and it works with the fountain, spirit of the water. Done, felt led. Cool. Okay, that's good. That's good. Amen. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I've been reading the Bible a lot. There's been some surprising stuff. This is the first time I'm reading a book cover to cover, so I've read a lot of it in the past, but there's a lot of it that I missed. Finally made the commitment to read it cover to cover, and I'm getting there. I'm getting pretty close to Revelation and everything. There's been so much surprising stuff that I had no idea was in there. And always hear if a good laugh is needed. But also do heavy learning. Copy that. Definitely need some laughs, because like this stream is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be about pop culture. It's supposed to be about having fun, geeking out. That's what it's supposed to be. That's the goal. That's the intent. But this stuff happens. I can't not talk about it. I can't not speak about it, because it is connected to pop culture. There is a connection, whether people realize it or not. There is a connection. So even from a pop culture stance, I am justified in talking about it. But then, stuff like this, the Afghanistan thing, I mean, that's just such blatant treason and everything. You have to talk about it. Doesn't matter. Either way. Just randomly open it. Always find something that relates. It's amazing. That sounds. That would be the Holy Spirit guiding your fingers as you pop it open. It's like Jiminy Cricket, man. There's stuff in there. I've doing this cover to cover reading. I've learned things that I've read stuff that it's like I really wish I'd known before, or at least had some of it's confirmation of stuff that I've already figured out. But then I read it and it's there. The scriptures are to confirm what I figured out, and that's pretty awesome right there. And then there's stuff that I had no idea. I had no idea was in there. Not a clue. And it's stuff that I needed to hear. I can read it into anything high. If it isn't between lines, I might put it. You do have to be careful with that, though. Like, I mean, it's one thing. I do that. I hypothesize, extrapolate, discern. But you do have to. What's the word? Balance it, temper it. You do have to temper it, because it's very easy to go down rabbit holes. They're very difficult to come back from. That confirmation brings me peace. Love it. Yeah. Confirmation. It's an incredible thing. It really is. Could definitely use more of it nowadays. This, especially in this day and age, it's like, holy crap. 2020, much more real. Yeah, that 2020 vision. It's a real thing. You can't ignore it. There are people out there that will try to discredit it, whatever. But I mean, it is what it is. And but yeah, then we so treason in the White House. How's that? How's that to kick off your week there? Happy Monday to you. Hope you're having a great Monday regardless. Then we went into some $29.99 unlimited, some pretty weird stuff there. Right at that, right around the Great Divergence in that area. Love you, brother. Yeah, love you, sister. Sister in Christ. Yeah. No, I hope you're doing good, all things considered, especially with everything going on. I hope you're taking care of yourself. I hope you've got the resources to handle whatever is coming. Hopefully it's going to be short-lived. Hopefully it's going to be on the lower end of the spectrum. I mean, it's going to get rough one way or the other, but hopefully it's on that lower end of the spectrum. Hopefully, prayerfully, and whatever it is, I hope you're prepared for it. I hope you can get through it in one piece. Love you're doing this. Well, I appreciate that because I feel especially the outro is House of G speaking into the void, and I very much feel like I am speaking into the void. I would, if you weren't here, I would be doing it anyways. But I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you being tagging along for the journey. It does help. Let me tell you. And I'm glad you're getting something out of it. I really am. Because if you're getting something out of it, then it's worth it. So I appreciate that. Oh, Mother Murray chart. It is about time to wrap this up. Yeah. 29 and unlimited. Weird stuff. Not surprising actually. It's there was that one story with each of them. They always had that what is the term? I'm tired. There's a term. The pity. They were throwing a bone. It's like it's the quality is just horrible. But they let the person do it anyways because how this stuff even got put into the comic, I got no idea. And then Robotech Genesis, one of them, unsurprisingly, the Robotech feel was not there. The other one definitely had more of a Robotech feel. I would actually like to sit down and actually read it cover to cover. And so at least we were able to end that on a positive note. I mean, there's still a lot of good stuff out there. There is. I'm just going through my collection book by book and everything. Not a whole lot of rhyme or reason. I'm just going through the stack and it's like, okay, I got these. I can put these together. I can put that together. Just looking at the covers. Like, I'm not reading them. It's like, so I had 2 29 Unlimiteds, 2 Robotechs. It's 4 issues. I try to do roughly 4 issues per stream. So it worked out pretty good. But most of it was pretty crazy. Oh, my Lord. But the last one, the Robotech Genesis, that one was on the positive side. So I definitely needed that one. But yeah. I'm over it. I'm done mincing words. I'm done being censored. I'm done walking on eggshells. I fully expect YouTube to shut this channel down at some point. I fully expect it. Do not be surprised if this channel disappears off the platform like that. Don't be surprised. Because I've had it. It's never going to get monetized. Not with the current environment. And do not be surprised if it just vanishes in the middle of the night. Because I've had it. I'm done. I'm done playing these games. I'm done mincing words. I'm done being censored. I'm speaking the truth as I see it. And hopefully sooner rather than later we can get back to having more fun with it. Because that is the goal here. But things are at a point that other things need to be talked about. They have to be. No ifs, ands, or buts. Because each time I try to bring it back towards more positive, fun note inside of things, and stuff happens, stuff pops up, and it's like, wait, son of a bitch, I can't just ignore this. I probably won't be able to make it. What do you mean? He scared me there. What? In the future? No, I mean if stuff. I don't know if you're referring to something specific or just in general. Like, I know if stuff goes down, I mean, who knows what's gonna. Oh, might be last time available. You're gonna be traveling. Copy that. Okay. Be true. Be real. I'm doing my best. A lot of these channels I was following, they turn out to be just hypocritical. They're just chasing fame, and they got it. They got their fame. They got their fortune. But not as honestly as they should have been, in my humble opinion. So that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to be as true and as real as possible. Peace, love, love. Field of Dreams, a great movie. Love that movie. Yeah, even with treason going on in the White House, this is still a pop culture channel. So it's great that I was able to throw in some freaking pop culture reference. Like, finally, dude. So you got to travel? Okay, copy that. Yeah, just pop in when you can then. I totally understand, especially right now. Hopefully be able to hang out again soon on a regular basis. Just throw down the comments and stuff like that. You got my email, Facebook. Yeah, hit me up on Facebook. So yeah, whenever you get a chance. Hopefully, safe travels and everything, especially with everything. Let's go. Safe travels, Remy. God bless. And yeah, Godspeed. Stay safe. Hopefully we've crossed the Rubicon. Hopefully this goes down fast and hard, and we get through it soon, quicker rather than longer, in one piece rather than something unthinkable. And yeah, so hopefully I'll be able to see you on the other side there in a better place. It's like, I just can't believe this. I can't. Oh my gosh, Jiminy Crick. Okay, you have a fantastic Monday there. Hope you have a great week. And yeah, so if you're traveling, hopefully I'll see you again soon. And yeah, take care of yourself, Remy. Yeah, trees in the White House. The Great Divergence. A lot of crazy stuff. Holy crap. But there's still good stuff out there. Keep that spark of hope alive. Keep on trucking. Sooner or later, at some point, things will get better. Hopefully sooner. We've crossed the Rubicon, so hopefully it's going to be sooner than much sooner than later. Hopefully. Keep that hope alive. All right, there. Yeah. So yeah, if you're new to the channel, if you'd like to become a cog in the machine, all you gotta do is hit that subscribe button and become a cog in the House of G. We do deal with pop culture, archaeology, deep diving into the stuff, deeper than any other channels are willing to do. At least the ones that I'm aware of. Trying to do something different here, and I think we're on the right track as far as that goes. A lot of crazy stuff going on in the world. I'll try to keep it as on target with pop culture as I can, but sometimes it's just too crazy not to talk about. So, yeah. You have yourself a fantastic day, fantastic week. Hopefully I'll see you next week. If not, hopefully I'll see you on the other side here when we get through this. And, yeah, I think it's just about time to wrap things up. All right, doggy. All right. This has been another House of G speaking into the void.